Get me.
Fusion Frenzy!
Don't touch that dial.
Green button.
We'll be back in 3 minutes with What Happened to This Monkey?
Wait,
Is
this
this a thing where it's like they can show you an image of a monkey, you gotta guess what happened to it?
Yeah, it's a
really,
JPEG.
It's really hard to get.
It's a JPEG of a monkey that's been like really like you're not even really sure it's a monkey. You only know it's a monkey because the announcer said what happened to this monkey.
The only information you have is information you were given, and you gotta guess what happened to the monkey. You know, like I don't know, it fell down.
Fucking
you are
stupid.
correct.
It's so stupid. Welcome to the Snark Tank. Welcome to the Snark Tank podcast. Remember, you can get these episodes ad-free and early if you go over to patreon.com/thesnarktank. We post our dick pics there every single day. That's a lie, but it might not be a lie one day. So like go over and check it just to see if that could be a lie also. Like I could be lying to you about the fact that that's a lie. You'll never know unless you go send us all of your money, every single bit of it, every cent, every hay penny, every single, like if you have a Roth IRA or like a CD, take your money out of there, put it in us.
100%.
Just sound financial advice. Fuck your CD. Fuck your future. Honestly, we're on the brink of World War III. Who the fuck knows even if there's even another 20 years left on this thing. So live it up, man. Live it up.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
He agrees.
Look, I definitely there's gonna be at least 20 more years. Like, look,
I don't know about
just
that.
give us your money, right? Like, there's no like dancing around it. No like if, ands, or buts. Just give us your money because we need it more than you do.
Yeah,
End of conversation.
Yeah. And you could write it off because you could say like these 3 minorities ganged up on me and took my money.
I don't think you can write that
Yeah,
off, but
I think-
You can
I think
write
that's
off
how it
can't
works.
write off being robbed. You can't
Yes, you
write
can.
it off.
I'm pretty
But
sure
you
that's how it
can't.
works.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit! Chris
man.
gets up and leaves. Oh no! Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Hold on. We're all right. Hold on. Let's stop recording real quick. Oh man. So what happened? What happened in the last couple? Look at him drinking a
this guy
plastic
is
water bottle in front of
right
the mic.
in front of the fucking
noisiest-
mic.
The
It was a little bit of
noisiest.
crackle. It was a wee bit of crackle.
Right in front of the mic.
Right in front
It
of
was a
you.
wee
Didn't
bit.
even you didn't even walk to the other side of the room to do it like a good podcaster. Embarrassing.
That guy gets up and walks off.
What a-
No pants on, walks to the other side of the room in camera.
Dick swinging.
Drinks water, gets hard, comes on the camera, comes, my bad, guys, wipes it off.
They should have mods in video. Well, I'm sure they have mods in video games, but this not even mods. This should be just like a staple in video games, where like you know how there are some mods that make tit physics like ridiculous, where like
Yes.
so a character will turn around and then it'll like jiggle like ridiculously. They should have that for penises in video games. I think they should have it so like if somebody stood up and ran to the other side of the room, it would helicopter for miles, for days.
I'm kind of upset that they've never had like video games aren't like equal opportunists. Like there's no equality in that. Where I feel like the dudes are always left out, and it's one of the reasons why I use so many nude mods for dudes in my games, because I want to show people that it's unfair that everybody only just wants to mod the chicks and so their big tits can explode out of their top. And I'm like, what about the men?
Yeah, man.
What about
gotta
Chris
get it-
Redfield and his massive penis while he's on a mission to find Ethan Winters or whatever?
Man.
It's only fair.
It's a missed opportunity.
There's a mod for Street Fighter 6 where Guile is like waiting like on the select screen, and his dick is like 1.5 feet long, bro. And I was playing it at my friend's house, and I saw that, and I was completely taken out the game. I don't know how you can I was like, I don't know how you could ever compete in a fighting game and you could see someone with a dick that big and think I want to fight this. I think it was that big and that hard, and you still want to fight them.
Yeah, speaking
Like,
of
dude, that's just-
yeah. Speaking of taking out the game, rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry's gone from Friends. The entire cast of Friends is now dead because that's just what
it was
that
a plane
means.
crash into a reunion. They were doing a reunion and they had
They were
too
doing
much.
another one. Another reunion. They did one like a year ago, and now they're
Friends
going to do it
2
again
or something.
Yeah, they're going to make a new show called Acquaintances, and it's about the friends after they've grown apart for many, 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 many years.
Yeah.
To the point where they no longer have anything in common.
Like, I'll hear from maybe once a year or something, like just a quick little reply to a Instagram post or something.
Yeah.
It's like the intro's slowed down. It just sounds like it's like they're melting. So no one knows what your life is, and it's just kind of just making it sad as fuck. Like damn, we grew apart, man. And then Matthew Perry died.
Yeah, then Matthew Perry. Dude, he was 54 too. That's not even remotely. That's the saddest thing about it to me. It was like, damn, that's not even remotely that old. Like that's pretty fucking sad.
He drowned in cum or something. What was it?
He drowned. I don't think he drowned in cum. He drowned in a jacuzzi. I think what I think the story is he had a heart attack and and drowned in his jacuzzi, which is fucked. It's extra. It is really sad. I'm not I'm not a Friends guy really at all. I thought. Although, the few parts of Friends that I did chuckle at did happen to involve Matthew Perry a lot. So, I get it. I get why people are sad. Friends is a big show,
right?
I'm sure. I'm definitely gonna be like this when Elaine dies. When Elaine dies, I'm fucked. I'm ruined for a good week, probably.
That sucks though. She's something I care about. Like Elaine is someone that I give I don't give a May he rest in peace. Unfortunately, he died young. I don't give a fuck about this guy dying at all. I don't like Friends. Never liked Friends. Never will like Friends. Never gave a fuck about the series. I've always been that way. I'm sorry. My sister watched Friends when I was growing up a lot. I would also let the show stupid as fuck. I don't know how she laughed at it. But this person died very young.
There are some scenes scenes in Friends that make me laugh.
It's not.
I definitely don't agree with that hard stance.
That's a crazy hard stance.
I don't think it's very funny. I
don't think it's very funny either, but I don't think it's bad. It's kind of
it's bad. I really don't get it, and I don't care to get it. I think that's where I stand. I'm not standing on the fact that it's bad.
No, your reaction,
I've just never liked it.
Your reaction reminds me of a proper reaction to The Big Bang Theory, where it's just I legitimately don't understand that at all because I literally feel nothing. I've seen plenty of scenes. I've seen plenty of moments in Friends where I've gotten chuckles. There's enough of them, and I also liked. I think this was early on in the series that they purposefully whoever was running the show, they would not put the women in bras. So that was really cool.
That is true. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It was pretty neat. It was pretty cool. I appreciate it.
But they did not have bras on?
They just didn't have bras on. Their nips were just popping out of their shirts.
Shout out to that, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out to Kirsten Dunst in Spider-Man 1 in the
100%, man.
But yeah, dude.
Shout out to Kirsten Dunst only in Spider-Man 1 because after Spider-Man 1 she started looking rough. But shout out to her only in 1. Only in 1.
Talking about
she was pretty.
She's fine to me.
2 and 3 she looked different.
So here's the thing, right?
Jesus,
here's the thing about I will say that that couch gag on Friends does make me laugh.
That was funny, obviously.
When they're moving the couch up the stairs and they're really uncoordinated. That's a great scene unironically, even though it's just the same joke over and over again. I love that scene because I relate to it and I've been there. But it's mostly it's a standard sitcom. It's fine, very whatever.
But the only time it's really funny is the blooper. That blooper part is when it's hilarious.
I don't remember the blooper. I didn't see the blooper. I'm not that big of a Friends fan, so I haven't looked into the bloopers like you have.
No, but, when he curses, that's what makes that scene funny. That's what makes that scene truly funny.
Okay, God bless.
I've also unironically, no joke, I'm dead serious. The same thing with Seinfeld. I've never really sat down I want to watch Friends, but I'm sure I've seen the whole series. I don't think
I've seen the whole series, but I've seen enough of it. But the thing about it to me is I don't know, man. Because that guy, he had an addiction problem and all sorts of shit. It does suck. When Jerry Seinfeld dies, I'm not going to give a shit. I will not. I sincerely won't care. I love that show, but I know even he. The thing about it is I know he won't care either. The thing about Jerry Seinfeld is I fully believe that Jerry Seinfeld will not give a shit.
He definitely won't. He'll be fucking dead. I don't think anybody cares when they're dead.
No, but what I mean is just generally, he's so rich. He's so rich. He's lived such an insanely amazing life, and he's just yeah, whatever. Like I will not feel bad about that.
No, my money. I can't take my money.
But Matthew
with
Perry
me.
just like drowning in a fucking jacuzzi for my money. I've been killed. What's the deal with the afterlife? Why is it so dark?
Why turn off all the lights? Where's the peanuts?
Where's all my cars?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's my 40,000 cars?
40,000.
He has so many cars, bro.
It's a fucking
That's such a
sickness,
crazy
man.
amount of cars. Like, why do you have that many?
Him and
dude?
Jay Leno and shit. And like, I said this. The only thing that's supposedly not a sickness to hoarding is money. Everything else is fucking crazy.
Yo,
like,
even hoarding
Jay Leno,
money is pretty crazy.
no,
I
it's
didn't know
supposed
this.
to be crazy. It's just we don't perceive it as such. I think it's absolutely insane. I'm just saying that like society doesn't see a billionaire and think, oh, that is insane amounts of money that you'll never use in 1,000 lifetimes. You know, they don't
Cars,
think about that.
You gotta buy cars, man. You gotta buy all those cars. You know, Jay Leno exploded. Did you know this?
No, what do you?
So okay. First off, I'm not. I know this sounds like me lying to you, but
Oh my
I
God.
swear to God,
Let's hear how how ridiculous it's gonna be.
Dude, I am not kidding. Jay Leno, I think, exploded in
he
a
got set
car.
on fire. He got set on fire. Yes.
Like
No,
he
he did not explode, Chris. That's not the same thing.
I'm exaggerating.
You gotta learn how to use words.
Exaggerating a little bit. But so Jay Leno was like, I don't even know. He was like doing like the Akira slide on a motorcycle, drifted over like a pile of gasoline, like a bunch of gasoline blocks. And then fucking sparked himself up and exploded. And then he got set on fire and his face fell off. And that's real. That's like real Jay Leno lore. That's real. That
face
really
fell
happened.
off?
His
Chris.
face fell off.
He got caught up in an accident and he burned his face. He
When
did
was this?
not. There is so. Do you understand? Like,
When was this?
it was like last year, I think. Actually,
No,
it happened.
it was a few years ago. It was a few years ago. I think it was like either during the pandemic or like pre-pandemic, a little like just before the pandemic, where like this actually happened to Jay Leno. He burned his face. His face burned and fell off to the ground. And now it's like
he got hurt really badly.
it's like
Yeah, it was
some
like-
kind of
It
somebody's
was like the Joker mask. It was like his,
Yeah,
he just
literally,
took
it was like
skin,
the
just-
mask. Somebody's walking around with the charred original face of Jay Leno because he got like a bunch of reconstructive surgery. This is real.
and Conan O'Brien started laughing. You could hear Conan O'Brien audibly laughing in the
Yeah.
background.
You get some kind of
Justice.
dude. Oh man,
Justice.
that whole man, that entire grimoire is incredible. Like that is some of the best lore I've ever read. Like the Jay Leno Conan.
Dude,
shit.
I
It's
love how
genuinely
every
interesting.
single time he would go back on Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel would just start insulting him vapidly immediately. Like he would go back on there again, and Jimmy would just start insulting his character immediately. Like I don't even like Jimmy Kimmel at all. I don't like him even slightly. But that guy would always tear him down. How much of a piece of shit he was.
You remember when he did Blackface?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
That's
I
pretty
feel like I
wild.
heard about that, but
It's
I
one
didn't
of my
see it.
favorites. See, like, look, man, I loved old school comedy because no one gave a fuck. And like, it's so funny where it's like, I can't believe people are putting this on television where they think this is totally okay. He was basically who's that rapist basketball player? What's his name? Karl Malone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds
Karl
like a
Malone.
lot.
Karl Malone, who impregnated a 13-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. Neat.
Yeah,
That's
so,
pretty crazy.
Karl Malone, one of the
Neat.
best basketball players to never win a championship on the Utah Jazz, impregnated a 13-year-old girl. But yeah, he. But see, okay, to be fair, nobody really knew about that at the time. It was very hush hush, obviously, for obvious reasons. The NBA were like, let's not, let's leave this under the rug.
That
and then
is
after he
crazy.
retired-
I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about that. That's fucking wild.
It's
That's
there's it's
insane.
insanely. Karl Malone
the
is a
hell?
giant piece of shit, but anyway, people didn't know at the time, so it's one of those things where Hollywood and the people who are on the scenes, they know, but we don't know. Kind of like anybody else that's got me too'd or whatever. Anyway, yeah, so you can look at Jimmy Kimmel Blackface. He's done up entirely as Karl Malone, and it's it's one of those things where I love just old shit where like, what's his name? Who's the nervous guy that does the Tonight Show or what is it?
I
Jimmy
don't know.
Fallon?
Fallon?
Which
Fallon?
one does he do? Which one does he
Oh,
do?
he
Fallon?
did.
Is he the Tonight Show?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
They're
he's
all
the
fucking
Tonight Show
same.
because he took over for the Chin, right?
he did blackface too, though.
Yeah, he did. He did Chris Rock. He did Chris Rock, and I
I
gotta
remember
say,
seeing that and being
it's
like, "What
pretty
the fuck?"
good though,
dude. Honestly, it is genuinely an amazing impression. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you didn't have to. you didn't have to get the whole fucking the makeup department of the Grinch to help you do this. You know, you could have just did the impression and figure it out. Like,
I
God
love it.
damn.
I love people doing blackface and not understand it's a problem.
Well, I love it. I love
That's why
it
it's so
because it's
great.
like it is pretty. Like it kind of amazes me that Robert Downey Jr. just got away with Tropic Thunder. Like, I understand why, because like that's the whole point of that character in the movie,
right?
But at the same time, it's still like it relies on so much context that you would expect that to be a genuine problem, but it just never really was.
I
Like,
think
I see
some
it trending
people
every now and
try.
again. I see it trending
think
every
it
now and again on
only-
TikTok and Twitter and stuff, and nobody, it never really gains any traction
I
because
think
everybody's
it's
like, "Shut the
only
fuck up,
fine
watch the
because of
movie."
the context it was in. I think that's the only reason why it's fine. I think
Well,
that's like,
I mean, and that should, in my opinion, that should be protected. When it's for the purpose of when it serves that purpose. Same with Sarah Silverman did a similar thing. There are some people that have done blackface. For example, It's Always Sunny with Lethal Weapon 5. They did the same thing within the context of the show. It was obviously an issue. Other people saw it as an issue, and that it make that for those purposes. I think, and it's a shame that there's
an episode of Community. There's a great episode of Community too, where I can't remember who does it. I think it's Chang does it.
yeah, it was Shang.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah, I
It was
think so.
Chang. It was
Yeah,
Chang.
and then they
Something
point
like
out.
Chevy Chase would do that.
No, Chevy Chase does it, but
real life.
Chevy Chase does it offset. But he like this was
Chevy
like
Chase
on the
says the
show.
N-word to Troy every day. Like,
But the thing that's
like
but the
Donald
thing that's
Glover would be called
crazy-
the N-word every day. That's why he went to start doing music.
The thing that's really crazy about that though is like, so you have on Always Sunny, like I think those episodes were removed or something, right?
They were on Hulu and they took them off.
That's
They
crazy.
took that episode off. They took the
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon 5 episode off of Hulu.
That to me is
so
too much.
unfortunate.
That to me is too much.
That's
because
so
the whole,
unfortunate.
I
Bro,
totally
they're
agree.
great episodes.
The whole point of that show is that they are fucking horrible. That's the whole joke. Is that they are the
first
worst.
episode. The first episode.
Is the
the
gang gets
gets
racist?
a black friend.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're trying to try to prove they're not racist.
The thing I don't
It's-
like
it's-
about it specifically though is like
Freaking Charlie
so-
says the N-word. Charlie, the least racist one, gets kind of convicted
literally,
of being
he
racist, and
says,
Charlie's genuinely not.
yeah. But so what's weird about it is that
says-
like so making fun of the concept of somebody being stupid enough to do blackface, which is the point of that joke, right? That's too far. But then you have every episode where Dennis is there. And Dennis is like literally a serial rapist, probably
A monster.
Like
He's
the
a
implication
fucking monster.
episode, by itself, like the fact that that's still up there is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
It
the
should be
episode
up there.
when he was like
It's
the
up
pool
there.
boy, the pool guard with the little guy, and he was gonna sleep with that teenager.
Oh, when he was gonna sleep with the little the the little Vietnamese boy. Oh
He
my
was gonna do it.
god!
He's like, I'm all yours. Where do you want me? It's like,
Yes,
yo,
that-
what?
It's such a
What's
classic. I don't know, man.
happening?
It really kind of shows you that the selective the selective outrage where it's like, oh, let's do this to and when you the thing that pisses me off, because it's really only there's loud activist voices that are speaking out, but if you were to actually go into like black communities and ask them about this shit, and like if they were to see it, they would be like, they think it's funny too. Because
Oh yeah, it's
they're not
just like
fucking
Tropic.
dumb.
It's
They
just like Tropic
understand.
Thunder, dude. It's just like Tropic Thunder,
Yeah.
where it's like I have not met a single black person that has a problem with Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder, like at
Right,
all.
and they specifically had that one other black character to represent, the people who would obviously have a problem with it in like a real world context. Like if somebody was actually doing that, and they had that other dude that's like, you took, the only black role, and they give it to this Australian guy. Like that guy was there, and to bounce
Yeah.
off each other. It worked so well to the point where I remember Jamie Foxx went on Joe Rogan's podcast, and then Jamie Foxx became the arbiter of niggas for a second, and they were talking about that. And he was like, I give thee pass. And it was like a moment that people were like, all right, Jamie Foxx said it's cool. We can't fuck with it anymore. It's over. And I thought it was
Jamie
kinda,
Foxx?
yeah.
Is he okay? By the way, like
Yeah,
because
he's
like
recovering.
Yeah, he's
fine.
recovering.
Okay, good. Yeah, because we heard that he was like all fucked up, and then we just didn't hear anything. So I was like,
what makes it crazy is that Jamie Foxx is really not young, like really not young.
Isn't he in his 50s or something?
He's like 50s.
He's like nearing his 60s, and it's like he looks so good for his age. It's like no one looks as good for the age as he does. Genuinely, like he looks. Well, probably not anymore. He's probably like trimmed down a lot and like not in the same shit he wasn't before.
Sigourney Weaver looks pretty amazing in her 50s too. Like, to be fair.
Who's Sigourney Weaver again?
Sigourney Weaver is oh my god, Alien.
You know Alien?
She was in she's been in a ton of shit. You know who Sigourney Weaver is?
Alien,
Avatar.
the fucking protagonist in Alien?
Yeah.
Oh, Ridley Scott?
No,
no,
oh my
that's
god.
the fucking director, dude.
Or Alan Ridley, whatever her name is, Ridley something. I know both Ridleys in both of their names. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
She plays
No, she's not in her 50s then.
No, she's not in her 50s then. She's in a movie. I don't remember what movie. What movie is? It's like a sci-fi movie where she plays like this blonde chick with like big boobs. Like, I don't remember what the fuck. I don't remember what the movie was. But Galaxy Quest. I don't think it's Galaxy Quest.
Space movie 1992.
No, definitely not Space Movie 1992. I don't know. Whatever.
I wish she'd be in that movie. There's no need for her in that film.
Whatever that movie is, she looks great. And I found that she was like 50 something, or like, what the fuck? That's crazy. So like, some people just take better care of themselves. I will say, dude.
There's some people.
I know that. No, that's not necessary.
It's totally necessary.
I don't have to say that.
No, you already started, so.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say, dude, like. Matthew Perry had a drug problem. Okay, that's fair,
sure.
But he looked pretty rough for 54, man. Like, he looked really rough for 54.
Well, that'll do it, man. And some people, let's just be real. Some people, like genetically, some people age like fucking milk. Some people are just genetically cursed, and they
some people do not age well, man. It's the truth.
And then if you stay out in the sun, because the sun damages your skin, right? So if someone who likes to go out in the sun a lot, man, like just that's why it's like I love my chocolate skin where it just
I hate it.
I'm gonna look good for a long ass time, man. I
hate your chocolate skin.
I hate your skin.
Why?
Your skin makes me bad. I hate your skin.
Is it not dark enough? Is that the problem?
Everything is wrong with it.
Damn, homie.
Everything. I hate it all.
Everything's right.
I hate everything. I love it. I love being dark skinned.
That's not the color of Band-Aids.
I hated it when I was younger because I was around a lot of white people and they pointed out how black I was very often.
Really?
Hispanic people. Then I got older and I was like, "Oh, you look terrible," and I look good still.
So you had people going around telling you had random people going up to you saying you're black.
Yeah, he's
I
black.
would like whenever a conversation would happen. Derek maybe less because it depends. You grew up in a Hispanic area. Hispanics are also extremely racist as well.
Oh yeah,
but
absolutely.
Whenever there's a time to make a black person notice they're black when they're the only black person, it happens every single time.
Yeah.
Whenever it's a time to let you know that you're different, they do it all the time.
You know, it was the most.
And then when I was around more black people, it stopped. Because everybody was black.
Well,
like, we're all niggas.
Yeah, there's no reason to point it out.
Dude, man, honestly,
the
funniest thing about all of that is that like I think Derek, you're the one who posted it. That Nigerian guy. That video of that Nigerian guy?
Pure black person?
Yes,
that guy, like the second I saw that guy, I was like, oh, Kingston and Derek are not black. Like, that's insane. Like, that is crazy.
We're brown.
I love seeing like dark Africans like that because people really get to understand where the name came from. Same with with a Native American where it's like a dark ass Native dude that is on the border of like a fucking red shade. Where that's why like you'll get like the stereotypes where it comes from, the porcelain white people in the fucking UK, you know, like where it's like you are literally white, you look like milk. It's insane. And so I love seeing
most people aren't his color, granted.
No,
like my dad is dark as fuck. My dad's not that guy's color.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
That guy looks like living obsidian. That man looks like a piano key.
Yeah, he's
what I'm saying is like I see that and I get like you almost like you think about how like those like white supremacists, right? They look at like an Italian or something or like a Jewish person with like even the slightest bit of pigment. They're like, they're not white.
Yeah.
They're not really white. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I saw that Nigerian guy. I was like, oh, I totally get it. Like, they're definitely not. Yeah, you're not white. And you're like, there's something about it because that is black. That is the blackest person I've ever seen in my life. Man.
He has a black beanie on, and his black beanie absorbs more light than his fucking skin.
It's crazy.
You know what's crazy?
Or less light.
That guy's kind of dark that if I had white sheets, I wouldn't let him sleep on my bed. I would change the sheets. I'd assume he would stain the sheets.
Okay, we're getting
that is crazy.
That's not even racist. That's not even racist. That's just simply like I don't want to mess up my sheets.
That's definitely not racist.
That's definitely not racist.
I'll put on the blue ones or like the green ones, but the white ones I feel he gonna stain them, man. Like it's nothing to do with his character though.
I will say it's the opposite ends of the spectrum. Both frighten me. Like when I see someone that dark, it kind of like, I don't know, I have a little bit of response like, whoa. And the same thing when I see like someone that is so fucking white that you see all of their veins, and I'm like, oh, it's just like there's there's something about, like you see the veins in their face and shit. I'm like, oh my god,
it's the extremeness of it, because like you so rarely see shades that intense where it's like, oh my god, that guy looks like someone's shadow ran away, man. That's crazy.
The idea of someone being so white that they touch you, like, don't fucking touch me. It's crazy. Like you break character, like everything's fine. You were really respectful. They go to you, get the fuck away from me.
I did. I briefly. This was around the time when this was around the time when I don't remember how this happened, but me and JonTron were at, there was a small window of time we were bonding over talking to British chicks, right? And there was like this ultra porcelain chick that I was talking to at the time, and we were talking about maybe doing some type of like trip or something like that, but it just didn't. It wasn't because of her skin. It just didn't work. It didn't work out because I didn't want to fuck with that anymore. And then the funny thing is, I still married some fucking European chick. I was like, I don't want any part of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to find a nice local chick or whatever. So we weren't talking anymore. But I still, when I'm thinking about it right now, like her skin was it was just like one shade away from just being straight up milk. It is fascinating. It really is. When you see people like that, it's fucking fascinating because you just don't see it. You just don't. I mean, I guess if you lived in certain areas, like wherever that fucking African, because I forgot what country he's from. It wasn't Nigeria. It was something with an
Nairobi,
S.
I think.
It was something with an S because it was saying like, tourists. The whole point of that post was saying that there's a lot of European women that tour Africa to bang dudes like that, and so these guys are just getting hooked up with a bunch of chicks that come to just get destroyed, I guess, because I'm sure his penis is as big as his arm. And yeah, so there it was like a touristy thing about
how would you feel if the trade-off for that is like you had to have a massive penis, but your arms were like T-Rex arms? Like would you take that deal?
No. I don't see a real benefit in I'm just trying to think of what I'd look like standing in front of the mirror with this big ass dick in my arms.
You can't even reach your dick.
No, you can because it's so big. You can because it's so big. That's the thing. It's
that's a good point. Yeah, so you just bend down just a little bit, and then you just kind of like just kind of up and down your whole body.
I don't need like first of all, women don't love massive penises.
That is true. Yeah,
they don't. Like women don't like that. Like the thing, like porn stars are not regular women. They're fucking exhibitionists.
Yeah, they're also paid to do that. It's like that's a job. Yeah. Like ultimately, it's like it's not really like. Yeah, you see people with like fucking like what is it, like 2 foot long dicks, and you're like, that's not even like I would hate that so much.
Yeah, I saw.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I only know one girl. Like literally, I only know one girl. Like a friend of mine. She's the only girl that I knew that. And funny enough, we've known each other for a long time. And every once in a while there'd be like some sexual tension or whatever. But literally, I never like pursued that because of knowing her fucking palate is giant dicks, and I am not one of those brothers. Like my dick is. I don't know if it's. Like, okay, I'm assuming it's above average or whatever, but I don't really know because I don't really care. But I know it ain't big, like the type of shit that she would be fucking with. So I'm like, if we ever hook up, I know I'm just gonna disappoint her. Like, so just like, there's no point. There's
Poor
no fucking
guy,
point.
man. Poor.
I mean, like, if you know a girl and then she lets you know that she likes massive hogs and you don't, if you're not packing a massive hog, you're like, well, I clearly am not gonna satisfy this bitch. There's just like,
you gotta start joking, bro. You gotta start joking, man. You gotta get your jokes in.
Get your jokes in, man.
I am good.
You get a long. Eventually, you just have a really long, thin, like it's like a Slim Jim almost.
No, you gotta. You gotta. What you do is you gotta do that. You gotta get it swollen. Let the swelling. Let it be swollen for a bit. Let it get engorged. Then joke. So then it learns how to stretch girth-wise and lengthwise.
No, you can't. You
only
have so much mass, though. You only have so much mass. You can't at a certain point you joke so much that like it's like, hey baby, what's up? My pelvis looks like a mosquito's face. Are you ready? It's just like this long, thin fucking string, basically.
See, here's why that's incorrect. Stretching your ears, man. Stretching your ears is because the cells, with enough force, the cells will just keep regenerating and try to add more to compensate for the stretching, right? So I've seen my friend Ricky, he had it was disgusting. He had 3 inches. It was 3 inches in circumference of in his ears. It was fucking absolutely disgusting. And then he got them sewn up, which is actually, I was thinking about doing that myself because one of them got damaged. Yeah, because one of my lobes got damaged. And so it's way thinner because it got torn, and then it got infected.
No, man. See, this is the exact reason no, man.
That's why I never do piercings. That's why I never do piercings, man.
This is an anomaly. What happened to me? This is not the norm. It was a thing that like
it still happened I was on tour. To you is the thing. But it still happened to you.
But that's like saying, like motherfucker got hit by a falling meteorite, but it still happened to that one person. Now I need to be scared. It's like, nah, it was.
I'm terrified of everything. I'm terrified of everything that could possibly happen. Every time I'm. The thing about it. Everything. The thing about it is like because you hear about like, oh man, what are the likelihood that what's the likelihood that a plane's gonna crash? Like very, very unlikely. But if you're on the plane that's crashing, the likelihood is 100%.
You're like,
even
fuck.
Like so to me it's like I don't care what the likelihood is. Like every time I go on I think I've told this story on the podcast before, but like I was on a plane where the oh my god, the masks came down, the oxygen mask came down. And I genuinely wasn't scared because I just I prepare before every flight that it's like, yep, it's going to be it. This is the last one. And I was I was genuinely completely fine. There were people like panicking.
Everybody was
like,
panicking. You were just sitting there.
I really was. I was stone-faced, dude. I was stone-faced because I was just like, yep, I expected this. And then we were all fine.
Finally. You're like, finally. You just can't pull the trigger yourself. You're a fucking coward. You just got
to
I'm just not afraid of I'm not afraid of death genuinely at all. Like I'm afraid of death in my life, like affecting me in ways that like my people I care about dying. You know what I mean? That scares me a lot. Yeah. But like me dying, I could give a fuck about. Like I really, because no responsibilities. Oh no, I don't have to pay rent.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
no.
So the lead singer of what's that stupid your Nemesis band? I can't what's the name?
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. He finally heard all the shit that you talked. He kicks down your door with a big fucking Joker from the first Batman, Tim Burton, like a gun that long.
Jesus
points
Christ.
at your fucking head. You don't think you're gonna be like? You think you're just gonna like accept? You think you're just gonna sit down? What do you think? You just gonna? You don't think you would like tell him like, hey, please don't? It was jokes.
No. I'll try to fight. Like the thing is, I'll try to fight. I'll try to fight in a situation where I know I can fight. You know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh yeah, you know what? Fuck it, whatever. The Imagine Dragon. First of all, I'm not gonna. Even if he comes up to my house, I'm not gonna do what he says. I'm gonna think of something else. I'm gonna think of everything but dragons, just to spite him. And then I'll fight my way out. But like in a plane, like what do you? You know what I mean? Like, what's your?
Yeah, you're kind of.
You gotta jump. You gotta right before the plane starts. You gotta jump.
You gotta jump.
Yeah, you gotta
just
jump.
Try to minimize.
And then you jump and then get jettisoned to the fucking back or front of the plane, wherever fucking physics takes you, and then you become a puddle. But
what you do is you get directly in the middle of the plane.
I don't want to
let everybody else's bodies absorb the impact. And then you crawl out of this flesh ball of people.
I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want to get it twisted. I'm not like a nihilist where it's like, oh no, what's the point of living? Like, you know what I mean? But like, there are certain things where it's like, bro, Like if I'm sorry, like I'm in the middle of the ocean, completely alone. No. I'm not. What the fuck?
That's my nightmare.
No, absolutely.
That's my nightmare.
That's my
nightmare. The only time I'm afraid on planes is when I have to cross the ocean, when I'm over a large body of water. That
Dude, it
like
freaks me out.
Even if like
end up in fucking Bioshock.
Yeah, because it's like one of those things. What if the crash, like the pilot maneuvers enough to where it's not a hard impact, but then it's like we're now in the ocean. It's pitch black. There's hungry fucking monsters under your feet. Like there's the whole entire the scenario that sounds fucking terrifying.
Because you're more likely to survive at least for a little while if you crash in the ocean, right? I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm basing that off of
can't even say.
I'm basing that off of nothing but just a hunch, honestly.
But Bioshock.
No, I have to imagine that if you hit a mountain, you're gonna explode, right?
Yeah,
but like,
you're done.
But like if you hit the ocean,
Chris, hitting a mountain is more lethal than hitting the ocean, Chris. Yes, 100%.
I feel like if you nosedive into the ocean, it's probably just as lethal.
That's what if you nosedive, yeah. But like what I'm saying is like I'm confident that that's true, but I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's scientists out there who is like actually like statistically speaking, you actually are just as likely to survive both, and it's like whatever, okay, fine. But
dude, look, this is what you gotta do, right? You gotta somehow survive, be the only person that survives. Everybody comes, asks what happens. You're like, I don't know.
I don't know
what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I just made it.
What would you do if you were flying over the ocean, Derek? You were flying over the ocean, and then you see a whale breaching the water, and you're like, oh my god, that's adorable. And then it keeps going. It keeps going up. And you're like, oh my god. And then it like reaches.
And it's coming.
And it reaches the plane.
You look at the trajectory, and it's starting to match up to like at that point, it's like, he's coming up this way. We're moving about this is not good.
I'm just wondering, why isn't the pilot seeing this? Why aren't the pilots doing anything about it?
So you can see invisible things, the things invisible.
All right, now we're just now you're being silly.
Now you're being ridiculous.
Now you're being silly. An infinite breaching whale, and now I'm being too silly.
Yeah, but you always gotta Marvel Comics it for some reason. It's like, what if it had powers?
Marvel Comics.
What if it had superpowers? Oh boy,
Chris.
It's not enough for you. It's not enough for you. It's not enough for you.
There is a whale. There is a whale approaching the zenith of where it's at, and I'm the one that's Marvel Comicsing it, dude.
Well, yeah, because it's just like
this whale is going straight up.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like it's not enough for you that it's already this like insane event. It's like, what if it had superpowers?
I don't know, because why else would the pilot not be doing anything about it? Like, give me another reason why the pilot
because he's on a direct.
They're sucking each other off or something. They just
they're asleep.
Took a break and they're 60-90.
It's on autopilot. It's on autopilot, and they've got the airplane fucking blow up pilot piloting the plane, and
he's in autopilot. He's in autopilot, and then the main pilot sounding himself with a big vial of fucking helium. So he's gone. Yeah. It's a big tube of helium up his dick, and he's just fucking.
And then the whale grabs the whale grabs the plane and starts fucking it. He starts humping through the hull, and then it's just like this whole it's a whole process.
No, though it grabs the plane, it goes back in the water, not fast at all, like slowly, and you slowly start hearing the pressure eroding the plane.
Shockingly slowly,
and you're like, no, and everything starts to bend in, and then it takes a real quick dive, and then it gets bright, and you die.
That's how I'd like to die, on a plane that got hit by an infinitely breaching whale.
Yeah,
fucking a whale approaching the zenith of the planet.
It's like that. It's like, you ever see like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where like all the all the dolphins leave.
Yeah,
like at the beginning of that movie where they breach into space and they're like, bye. That
they're number 7.
That happens. Okay,
that happens. Anyway,
I'm cool with that.
Anyway, rest in peace, Matthew Perry, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
Maddie P. I wanted to say this at the top of the show. I forgot about this. So I got sent a screenshot by JoJo, and it says from the last episode. It says this: "Thank you for the shout out to my donation page, boys. The support means a lot. Thank you, Derek. The jacket got mentioned in the page. I didn't steal the jacket. That shit was like a Baby Gap size, which it's true. He was a very large guy, so yeah, like him wearing it would be like wearing a fucking baby jacket.
Wait, what are we talking about?
One of my arms. Sadly, Sadly, it got lost in the shuffle and thrown away when the van was donated along with a bunch of the other stuff that was in there. So like I was just laughing my ass off because I didn't anticipate. First of all, I didn't know that he would even like respond at all. Like, and I wouldn't have caught this. And the fact, like, I don't actually give a fuck about the jacket. I just thought like this would be a nice story to tell to get people like interested and checking the shit out. And like he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, like, what's your size? Like, I'll send you something." I'm like, "Bro, like, I'm fucking it. This happened in like 2009 or 2010. I don't give a shit anymore.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, that GoFundMe thing, right? For the
yeah, exactly that.
For the guy that you pitched
I was
us really poorly.
That. Yeah, I'm like,
good.
"Hey man, it's all good. Ain't no beef. Ain't no beef. I don't think that I'm actually mad." But I am.
He's not mad. I'm personally furious. Yeah, I don't know you personally, but like, I feel it very viscerally in my heart.
You stole from Derek. You should be smited, person. I don't care how much money you need or what you need. I hope your ball falls.
That's crazy.
I don't. I think it got a metallic one. I think
nice.
Yeah, the titanium is in now, and so you can get titanium testicles. Which
my metal ball.
I don't understand why we can't like do that. Encase it in mercury at least.
Why would you encase your ball in something? Like why?
To protect them. What are you talking about?
From what? Like
what the fuck do you mean?
Encasing it in metal just puts it in a smaller place for it to be. If you encase it in metal, what if like someone you conduct some sort of charge and your ball gets zapped? Something like that.
That's fine. My heart's probably gonna stop before like if I get zapped that hard anyway.
Dude. Go trick out your balls for no fucking good reason.
What do you mean no good reason? Your balls are so delicate. I mean, motherfucker, like. Have you never had like any like just your hand just hits it?
There was one time Lily was playing me and she squeezed my ball too hard and I threw up.
That's exactly
crazy.
my point. Now imagine you had metallic casing.
No, that just no. I don't even need them.
You just haven't been hitting your ball. You haven't hit your balls enough. That's literally. What happens.
I've been hitting my balls at least 200 times and now I don't feel anything down there.
Oh, that's why.
Cool.
Okay, there you go. There you go. The other way around.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I haven't felt anything.
If you would have had metallic balls, you would have been fine.
What I do is I go to KFC. I dip my balls inside the frying pan, the frying machine.
That is crazy.
To any sort of damage.
That is insane.
Is the oil just not hot enough to fucking fry it? I don't understand.
It's just not hot enough to fry my balls, but it's hot enough to hurt like shit.
That's fucking that is unconscionable, man. Like I hate that.
That's pretty cool. You're just
and they're watching you. You're the whole store is
naked.
The whole store is still going about its business, watching you scream out in like pain, but a little bit of ecstasy. Just
no reason for you to be butt ass naked, but you still are. You
sound like a fucking elite.
You could have just took your balls out and dunked them, but you just get naked.
He's there. They're still serving chicken in the same place. My balls are being damn near cooked in. They're moving fries around.
He puts it in the fryer while your balls are in there. Just working around you. Yeah, can I get a number 3? And
I stay there a whole 8 hours. A whole 8 hours making that sound, damn near frying my balls. And then they're like, "All right, good day," and they pay me afterwards.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's it. You leave and you're just like, "What you do today, friend?"
I like that. It's like those monks that when you see those fucking monks like punching their balls. It's another discipline. Which
what those monks do to each other as little kids, what goes on to them is so fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're fucking psychopaths.
That shit is insane. The way that little one that was holding that brick and it fell down and had to do the stance, and I was like, "That's a baby, dude. Look at him, he's hurt."
They gotta train him young, man.
It's like the Romans. Kill anybody.
It's like the Romans where they were like. The Romans would like see a baby and they'd be like, "This one looks like it's probably going to be weak," and then they would just like throw it on a fucking shore.
That was the Greeks. That was
whatever. Who
cares?
The
Spartans.
Yeah. What's the fucking difference?
And they would do that, and if the baby comes back, it's strong somehow.
Yeah, throw it off the cliff, and then it survives. Then it'll begin its training.
Then it comes back with holding. What do they call? What's the name of that lion with the fucking uncuttable fucking pelt? The one that Hercules killed.
Oh,
Whatever
the
that
Namian?
nigga's name
fucking
is.
the one from Madagascar.
No,
the Namian or
Namian
Namian,
lion. He comes
however you
back
want
with
to
that
say
nigga on
it.
his back, and he starts grunting at you.
And they're like, I guess
Are you
it's
sure?
ready.
Are you sure that's not the one from
I guess he made a mistake with this baby. I guess he's strong.
Madagascar? I thought.
And it's like, yo, he's holding a lion that can't have its. That means he blunt force beat that lion to death with like rocks and stuff.
And they still make him like a dishwasher. They're like, yeah.
Do you think?
Man.
Do you think you could punch a lion? Do you think you could punch a lion to death?
Eventually, maybe.
A lion?
Eventually, maybe.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
Don't think so. I don't think so. I do not think so. I think my hands would break too much before I actually like really damage the lion.
Well, yeah, eventually. Like, I'm not gonna I'm not not in one sitting. No. If
not
there's someone
in one
that
sitting, you come back in chips.
Hammer it out like a hobby. You just hammer it out like, oh, I gotta go punch. I gotta go make progress on this lion's skull
we gotta
tonight.
make sure the lion doesn't heal. My lion doesn't heal. So you gotta
Yeah.
put chemicals in a lion's bite that it doesn't heal. It doesn't get better over time.
So Derek, I'm curious about your
we
take
got?
on this because Sweeney and I were talking about this both in person and online. But there was this thing kind of going around that was like, hey, would you rather have $50 million or Spider-Man's powers?
Oh, it's interesting. Well, if I was younger, I would definitely say Spider-Man's powers. If I was younger, but I don't. I feel like at the age that I'm at right now, I don't want that type of responsibility. I just don't. I'd rather just take the money.
Time out. There's no responsibility. You are not Spider-Man. You just have his abilities.
Yeah, well, if you have that type of ability and if you let it be known, then you're kind of a piece of shit by not like contribute. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of. But it's kind of like
it's like Superman. It's like Superman
billionaires.
not. It's like Superman not doing anything to stop global warming, although he clearly can. Like it's like it just
that
kind of
kind of
makes
thing.
you a
If you let
dickhead.
your powers be known and you don't do anything for good, like I said, it's the people that hoard money. It's same concept. You know, they could literally end the major world problems and they just don't, and like so
Yeah.
by default they're pieces of shit. So it's same concept where I'm like, I don't want. If I was young, I would do it because I'd feel like fuck yeah, I want to save the world. And I would do. Right now, I'm like, I don't know, man. I just give me the 50 mil. I'm going on vacation a little bit and buy a house, a couple cars, play video games forever. That's
dude.
it. That's,
That's exactly what I was saying.
For
It's
me,
just like, dude,
I would take the powers. I would take the powers because the fuck shit I could do, the things I could do once I have that kind of power, is just immense.
yeah, but what do you want to do? Do you have those
I don't
type of
know.
desires right now?
I'd probably I don't know, like
this man falls
People that I think I
asleep
shouldn't
in
be
the
hearing.
middle of the day, constantly in the middle of conversation. He doesn't have any desire. like
You fall asleep on the podcast. Nigga, your fucking
much,
head's like
I'd
on the fucking mic and shit. You're just like,
I don't know. I'd give people I think I shouldn't be here anymore. People I think I shouldn't be around. I'd deal with them.
well, that's actually, you know what? Okay, that is a little bit fair. Actually, I'll say.
Let's see, whatever.
You can become like an anti-hero.
I can inspire people. Huge inspiration to other people. You know,
See, I don't
People
want to
look-
do that. I don't
People
wanna
look up people that are powerful. You know, like if Elon Musk could get a following, people would love him, and I would just be like, look, I can lift and throw cars, and if you really try hard, you could like change things too, and I would do that. I'd get a cult. You know,
throw a Tesla on Elon. I like that.
he could lift like Spider-Man can lift like 10 tons with that kind of power. I would join the UFC for a little bit before didn't know I had my power. I didn't know I had my power. I'd be like,
So you just kill people? I don't understand.
I wouldn't kill anybody. I wouldn't. No. You obviously got.
he would pull back. He would
Okay.
like orchestrate it. It'd be like a game to him. It'd be like you know Dash in The Incredibles, how he like has to run a little bit slower, but like he still wins.
Yeah.
Like you'd probably do that. I would
I'd do
imagine.
something like that. I'd win medals, and I'd feel like I actually have this unique genetic code. I would absolutely sell my genomes. I don't give a fuck. People
thing
get
to me
fucking
that's-
decipher whatever I am. Make more niggas like me. I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a. It'd be really bad because there'd be a superior race and there'd be a not superior race of people, and that would lead to other problems down the line. But I would try to make things better while I could.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The thing to me is like
I
Spider-Man's
can
powers don't really interest me outside of like his base superpower is kind of like okay, whatever. Like he's strong and
The fact that you're so hung up about web slinging, but not the best power he has, which is spider sense.
I don't think that's the
like
best power he
his
has.
spider sense is literally an insane power. That is like actually the
but it's
most
not-
insane power. I would argue maybe in comics.
Probably,
but
but
people that can just like make reality disappear. Those niggas are the most insane.
Yeah, but like it's not interesting to me. Like, it doesn't do anything for me.
It's so mind-bogglingly interesting.
Why?
You have a dangerous. You have near precognition. That is obscene.
I don't need that, really. I can tell when shit's bad. You know, like that's why I haven't been hit. But I already
Chris, I love you. No, you can't. No, you can't, Chris. And with that, you really could. You really that one power for me. I would just take that one power. In fact, if I could, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take precognition. Now I can just know when things are going to happen, and my life will forever be the best version of itself.
The thing to me is like the only thing interesting.
This rock and I'll look. I'll pick up a rock and I'll see where I have to throw this rock to lead to the death of someone I really don't like. It's a chain reaction. I'm like, I'll throw the rock and then see what kind of.
Is that how spider sense works?
No, that's like over exaggeration. It's just him. It's a danger sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Precognitive.
I'm still here, so clearly I've avoided enough danger on my own without it. So like, I mean, I don't care to. I'm already careful enough to not need spider sense, really.
I would love it, man. I'd love to be able to jump fucking 50 stories in the air and lift a car, throw it.
That doesn't do anything for me.
The thing is, be able to climb
the thing
walls.
about it, the thing that really got my brain connected to Spider-Man was him swinging around the city. And I would have dreams. I talked about this before, where it's like some people have like the Superman dreams where they're flying around and doing like weird shit. I legitimately, like, every now and then I will have web swinging dreams, and it's the most fun I have ever had, sincerely. Like, when I wake up from that dream, it's like the day is amazing. Like, nothing can bring me down from a day like that, because it's like, god damn, what a great start. If I could choose, if I had a machine that could like choose that dream, that's all I would dream. I fuck all this other shit. I'd be like, I want to swing around in real time and feel that like physics, and
because I feel like even with
flip.
his powers and his senses,
I love it. It's so cool.
You can use a grappling hook and get near the same efficiency.
No, it's not the same,
him.
Man. It's not the same. It's different.
You can't web people. But you
no,
can use
I don't need to web people. It's not about that.
And throw that shit at places and grapple up places and move around like that. I feel like his powers are so like there's so much more to him than just.
I know there's more, and all of that stuff. All of that stuff complements swinging around really well. But like without swinging, I don't want any of that shit. I don't need to be fucking. I don't need to be. I don't need to lift 10 tons. I don't need it. I don't want it either.
But why
especially
not
if I could have $50 million instead of it. Like, why would I want to lift 10 tons when I can have financial security for me and everybody I care about for the rest of my entire life? So that I can just do whatever. I can make music. I can fund like fucking videos and movies and all the shit that I want to make instead of worrying about like, ooh.
You'd inherently gain that much money just having that kind of power.
That's dumb and
being a celebrity.
But
you're not taking into account of what I said about you not helping solve the world's issues makes you an asshole by default.
So me and my honesty, I would say I wouldn't help the world's issues. And then like what happened when like I'd see a little kid about to get hit by a car and I'm like, let me go help this little motherfucker out. And then
that's what I mean. I'd rather not have the responsibility.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I mean, you know what Uncle Ben says
you can choose to help people, you know? Like
no, but say if you choose not to, you are an asshole by default. That is the whole point.
Whatever, man.
That's the whole thing that makes it like I don't want that responsibility.
Like, tell all these billionaires to give their money to people that really need it, and I'll start helping people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you
billionaires
feel compelled to do
50 million,
huh?
Billionaires.
I'm not talking about out of context. Like let's say, tell Elon Musk to fucking help end hunger in the country he came from. You know, the country that his family got all those emeralds from. You know, like shit like that. Like just stuff like that. I'm like, look, if you guys want me to do better, I will help. I will go out there and I'll head toward a better place in tandem with the rest of the people that have the power to do it. I have no problem doing it, but I want to see other people make an effort to do it as well.
Yeah, but the thing to me was like,
you would help by just beating those people up because they're not going to do it. They're fucking villains.
Just show up to their house. Like, what kind of security are they gonna have? They're gonna have security that's gonna stop me? No, I'm Spider-Man.
No, exactly.
They're gonna try to pull a gun on me. I'm going to take that gun and I'm going to force it through their hip with my strength. I'm gonna take a gun and
Spider-Man
press it in and through their hip.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man can only move so fast, though. You know what I mean? Like he can dodge bullets
obscenely fast. You know how fast the bullet moves, and he can outmove them.
I
feel like
you think him like fight, you know how he like say the Insomniac games, you think it's like too unrealistic for Spider-Man to like beat up all the henchmen with guns and shit?
Not necessarily. He's always fighting enough people, like where it's like that's if he was like in the middle of like I don't know, fucking Vietnam. You know what I mean? and like there were like hundreds of guys with guns.
Fine in Vietnam.
I don't think. No, I think he's dead in Vietnam.
He'd be very fine in Vietnam.
I think he's very dead in Vietnam. What happens is like,
look,
I think he's very
really
dead in
good
Vietnam.
Senses. Look, he has very good reactive senses. Then he has the ability to know what's going to happen a little bit beforehand. So he has the ability to react and get out the way before they shoot.
But it's still up to him to act on that.
That's come, huh?
It's still up to him to act on that. He still has to pull that off.
Why would you not act on it? Why would he not?
Because there's only so much you can do. It's like you can have a natural.
He's been fucked up a lot of times by people that move as fast as him.
He senses it, but then
he's
he still
also
gets
been
fucked up.
shot.
So all it does is just
because he's like
just
think of it
knows
like
he's
this,
about to
right?
get
Like
fucked up.
if you're fighting like someone like Captain America who can comparably move at near that same speed. I would say Spider-Man's faster, right? But Cap can move fast, and even though Spider-Man gets that future warning, he can't get out the way quick enough.
Right.
If someone's faster than him or
that might
about that
happen
same
with
speed,
a barrage
that might
of bullets
happen with
from like
2,000 bullets. Yeah, is what I'm saying.
like a ton of bullets. Yes, absolutely.
I think he can handle.
Still sense there's a lot of bullets coming from over here, and he can just get out the way. I can just use my like ridiculous speed to run off.
I guess, yeah. I don't know, man. To me, I had a lot of people
jump on the people, pick somebody up, and throw them like a baseball.
I had a lot of people like talking like in that comment thread, being like, "Oh, well, you could use your powers doing all sorts of stuff and get that money." Like
get the money,
get 50 million. You could probably get even more, and it's like I guess you could, but then you'd have to spend a lot of time. Like the issue with that is like somebody was like, "Oh, just join the UFC or something." It's like, bro, I have no passion or desire to join the UFC at all. So I'd just be like phoning in a bunch of like fake fights for like years just so I can make a lot of money.
It'd be you. The fight would start. You'd slap somebody, and that's it.
Well, you can't do that because then it's obvious. And then first of all, no one's gonna be interested in that. If somebody just wins the first time every time, it's like that's cool, I guess, but it's not really an interesting fight. Everybody's just gonna
people are interested in Mike Tyson knocking niggas the fuck out.
Well, actually. They did have tickets. Problem with ticket sales. At the peak of his career.
Yeah,
and
literally.
like say
which one when he fought the Jamaican dude? When he fought the Jamaican dude,
when he got involved with like Don King and he was on top. Don King would have to say things like, "Oh, if raise the stakes, like say you would get like a refund if the match didn't last this long to entice people to actually come to and buy the pay-per-views and come to the shows and shit because." It was so expected that he was just gonna fuck somebody up on the first round that they're like, why am I gonna spend like $40 or $50 on a fucking ticket or a pay-per-view?
Not to mention, you can go in a ring and people could beat on you. Like you can let some guy like beat on. You could be like Tyson Fury, but like actually not take damage and not be brain damaged.
But that's not interesting to me.
Right?
That's not interesting to me at all. It's like a waste of my time.
I guess I understand.
The only thing that's valuable to me, really, ultimately, and to anyone, whether or not they want to admit it, is their time. Time is the only thing you can't refund. You can't get it back. So to me, it's like, do I want to spend 10 years like gaining like millions upon millions of dollars?
Really, though.
Even 1 year, dude. Like if I have to spend one whole year doing like UFC shit or like doing a bunch of fights that like I'm just kind of phoning it in because I'm not taking damage and I'm not interested in it. It's not something I give a shit about. Why would I do that when I could just have the money instantly and not only set up my friends for life with that money, but like just immediately get started on the stuff that I actually like doing and care about doing. Like it doesn't and,
I don't know,
and without that next level responsibility of like being like inherently expected to like jump into the fray whenever some bullshit's going on that I know would eat at me if I had to deal with that.
That's
like,
the biggest part right there.
It's insane.
I understand where you're coming from, but with his powers, you could change the world. You know, in the world we're in right now, in the current Earth we're in right now,
you'd get abducted and dissected by the government, also probably.
I mean, the government would probably want to use your blood and shit like that because you wouldn't get dissected. That's not how things work.
They would get you.
They would definitely want your blood, though. They would definitely want to do tests on your blood.
They would test you,
and they'd be like,
"Hey,
can we have your blood to do tests?" They're not gonna rip you open and dissect.
They will.
That's not how
science
science works.
Actually get you though. I don't think anybody would actually be able to apprehend you.
They're competent.
Like,
the thing is, the dangerous thing.
You think they would get you until they'd show up at your house and then you would.
No, you don't understand that. The government is extremely.
Like,
the dangerous thing about the government is that they're extremely competent when they want to be. So do you remember when like everybody was protesting? Do you remember when when everybody was protesting outside of the houses of like the Supreme Court people when like there was like some crazy decision made? I can't remember if it was like Roe v. Wade or whatever, but or like if it was like a new appointed judge or something. There were people outside, and within the day, they managed to flip that shit. They made that illegal. Like, you can't do that now. Like, sincerely, like within the day, they figured that out. So they can move when they're. If they're really genuinely motivated, they can do it. And believe me, they see a fucking metahuman demigod, they will be motivated. They will get you.
That is making a bill pass opposed to capturing a literal weapon.
You don't even understand how you do not even understand how simple it would be. You do not even understand how simple it would be.
Chris, I think what happened is that you've never read Spider-Man's comics.
I don't need to read Spider-Man's comics to know what the real world is.
No, you do to understand the kind of danger that guy possesses.
Kingston, he will be tired. He has to sleep at some point.
Yeah, he has to sleep, but not very long. Spider-Man has stayed up 7 days straight fighting crime consistently throughout New York.
That's not as powerful as multiple people on infinite shifts forever, just not needing to sleep in the first place.
I understand that, dude. I understand that. But you're saying that someone that can go hard that long, you know how many
7 days is not a long time.
Just be dead. That is a long fucking time to be awake, Chris.
It's a long time for a person to be awake, but it's not long.
It's not, dude.
But it's not so long that it makes an investigation with like genuine, like wholesale, like FBI and governmental backing impossible. 7 days, they can run that shit out in moments, dude. Like, it's not even a problem for them, because the second somebody gets tired, it's like, all right, time for this guy to take the shift. He's not.
Not to mention, how are they going to keep you contained? How would they keep someone that physically strong contained?
Kingston, we talked about this.
Like, I understand your arguments, Chris, but how are they gonna? What are they gonna use to keep this person that is literally stronger than an African elephant? This human being that is stronger than this African elephant contained.
Here's what they'll do.
Put me in the back of a car, and I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna break the car open.
So here's what they'll do.
I'm gonna leave.
Here's what they'll do, because you seem to not understand. Spider-Man, as he exists in comics, would not be possible. Because his secret identity would be completely fucked. There would in this modern era, there's no way. So, like, I see in the games, him and Miles are like, they're always talking with their masks off on the top of a building that's like hundreds of windows staring at them, and it's like, no, somebody's recording this. Somebody's gonna be like, look, it's Peter Parker. Somebody would be like, oh, look, that's Kingston. And even if that wasn't the case, just the sheer notion of your phone surveilling you in the way that they do, it's just like you're not lasting long without going undiscovered. Okay,
I agree.
So first of all, your secret identity's out the bag. That you know it's Kingston Jameson with all these powers. Mm-hmm. That already is the first point. So your address is there. People know where you live. People know who your friends are. All this stuff. There's all sorts of methods they could use to get shit out of you. I would imagine that they would simply just stalk you and wait until you are absolutely vulnerable. Or just continuously wait until you just can't go to sleep because you're so paranoid that they're coming to get you, until you literally can't focus, and then they knock you out. They fucking knock you out with like sedatives or some fucking gas. They bring you in a truck to some fucking underground place. They keep you sedated with sedatives constantly so you don't wake up, and then they'll fuck with you. They'll fuck with you, dude. You're a metahuman demigod. They can't, like, that's insane. That is insane.
Because what I see is gonna happen, right? Is they're going to. I'm going to do whatever I'm doing. They're going to contact me. They're going to be like, look, we want to figure out why you do what you do. You got to come with us for a while.
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, whatever. I don't really care.
I do think they probably would come to you and be like, hey, look, we need
for a while. We need some blood. We need to do some tests. I'm like, all right, for sure, cool.
But I'm saying if you resisted,
science, like, people are like, oh, they're going to dissect. They're not going to dissect. They're just going to take your blood. That's it. They're just going to take your blood. They're going to try to figure you out. They might do a spinal tap, but someone as strong as that'll be fine. They'll be okay. They'll do it. I'll be like, that kind of hurt a little bit. And then I'll be back on my thing. I'm like, all right, thank you. I'm like, cool. You need someone else? Let me know. And it would leave me alone. And in fact, I'd probably become protected by the government more likely than anything else.
Maybe, but that's also, like, that might be true as well.
A soldier. But there's also, I'll be a soldier.
But there's also that thing where it's like, I don't want to, I'd rather just have money. And then just do it. I don't want to deal. I don't want to talk to the government in that capacity. I don't want to make friends with the fucking FBI.
Yeah, to send me in. Can I go in and save more lives than you niggas?
Give me $50 million. Give me $50 million so Derek and I can make a fucking ridiculous album with the most absurd features possible.
They're like, hey, well, if I go in right now and can I go in and save more lives than these drone strikes can?
No.
They're like, yeah, way more.
No, they're not. That's not why they're going to use you. They're going to use you for nefarious reasons. They're going to use me for whatever they want. They're going to use it for whatever they want, right? Whatever they want. Whatever they need me to do, right? But like, can I go in there and just go, like, me going in here, will it save more lives? If Look at man, there are so many things that they could be doing that are so much better. They don't give a fuck. That is not. They're not going to just all of a sudden.
And I know, like I can go in there. Like if they send these strikes in, it'll kill way more people. If I go in there and I got to get this one motherfucker, this one dude, I could go in there in the dark of night, move faster than anyone can comprehend, and pull this guy's head out his ass, and then that'll be done.
Yeah,
it'd be really bad for the rest of the countries to have one ridiculous monster running around working for America, which would be really, really bad over the places. But I get also I could save lives directly and indirectly. So I'd be like,
I think it would end poorly for you. But I will say though, I think the only problem you would have to worry about if you resisted is more of just living paranoid that you're gonna have to be people. They're always gonna try to like keep up with you or catch you. I don't think they would. I think, Chris, you're giving governments and their agencies way too much credit. They're some of the most incompetent. Like just historically, they're so fucking incompetent. Their operations and trying to capture normal fucking people,
especially
fucking right-wing like extremist retards, fucking having a hard time apprehending these people. They're like they're so incompetent.
But that's what I mean. It's like normal people are normal people, and they don't register as like, oh well, fucking whatever. That's just a normal. If you have a person literally breaking the laws of physics and just like constantly displaying like an insane amount of strength, like in the
what are they going to do about that?
I don't know, man. They'll figure it out.
Like
they won't, though.
They'll figure it out because they want to. I'm not giving them too much credit. I'm giving them the credit that they earn when they specifically are stupid effective when they want to be and are very clearly not
like
when they don't care.
Like, give me an example of when, like, say the government tactically is so super effective when it's like we need to get this done. The only time I can think of is like maybe the atomic bomb.
Well, the atomic bomb is one of those things, but we also just constantly destabilize governments around the world very, very effectively to our benefit.
Horribly. And people come back all
Chris, do you not know about Cuba? You know about Cuba and Iran and
no, you don't understand.
Done that
you don't
too?
understand. But the thing is, they don't care. That's the thing. It's like they don't give a shit.
But why?
They don't care.
They do.
What do you mean they don't care?
They do care,
it's not. It's good for
well.
Look, it's for money. It's for all this other shit. It's like, yeah, I hope that works. You know what I mean? But like, you got a metahuman running around. That's different, man. No, that's different because you have somebody who's like, this is somebody who's like on our soil, acting outside of our jurisdiction, who's stronger than everybody else. No, man, what the fuck is that? That's crazy.
No, like, who is the person you think that cares? It's the people who wants to capture them. The soldiers that are doing their job are still going to be the soldiers doing their job. The agents are still going to be the people doing their jobs. They don't give a fuck. Right. They're getting paid shit money. They're not going to get paid more. They're not going to be like, you'll be a fucking billionaire to capture this metahuman.
No.
It's still going to be
saying,
shit.
In this hypothetical situation, I feel like a lot of people would care. I feel like not only would a lot of people care like a lot more than they normally would about other stuff. I think even civilians would be like, what the fuck is that?
No, there would be interest, intrigue. But here's the thing about these soldiers and the people that need to do this. They're going to be shitting their guts. They're going to be like, bro, so I'm going to have to, these people that can do things that literally no human on Earth, like fuck you. You go get a drone and drone. Like I just feel like I feel like this shit is so. You know how many of them would
probably love me too? I mean, like, you know how much? Think of it. Think of the following that Trump has.
They would not love you, Kingston. I'm sorry. They would not love you.
That's a nigga. That's bad. No, maybe they might go crazy. They might go crazy because I'm black. They'll be like, oh my god, this might lead to the culling of black people. Period. Actually,
do you think?
Oh no, they finally got the comeuppance.
Do you think that is not? Do you think that is not playing a part in what I'm talking about right now?
This is
black. This is a black metahuman running around with Kingston's attitude and like all of the things that Kingston has ever said. It's like, oh my god, look at this fucking psycho who has said all this insane shit. He's an African American who could leap buildings. No, they killed fucking MLK for saying things.
That's so
like they just killed MLK for being like nice.
But that's back in the day, America. That's not current America no more. They don't got the moves like that.
I don't know, man.
If you try to uplift, if you with your powers, with your powers, so I think everything would be fine, unless you tried to uplift black Americans with your powers. Then they would bring the hellfire.
That's what I'm saying, man. They would
bring it on, bro.
So
they'd bring it on.
They would somehow.
Shit, bro.
They would somehow.
They blew up all of Harlem. They blew up. It's all gone. It's all gone.
They would, man. They'd be like, let's see him dodge a nuke.
Yeah. That's so funny.
They would nuke a city that's full of people just to get me. And I'd know way ahead of time, and I'd be like, I'm gonna leave. And they nuke Harlem. They'd be like, what happened?
Well, you wouldn't know way ahead of time. You'd know probably within 10 seconons usually is what it is.
I would assume he knows before it becomes an imminent danger to him. But I'd assume if a nuke is falling, I guess he would get alerted in time enough for him to get away.
No, that's insane. No. You're doing some Batman shit with that.
Well, no, that's what happened. No, that's what happened.
But you're doing prep time shit with Spider-Man. It's like he's not surviving a nuke.
It's no prep time. Most of the time, his powers are encounter where it's like, oh, this person's gonna try to hit me. I'll dodge out the way, right?
So just to be clear, you think Spider-Man's surviving a nuke?
I think Spider-Man would probably get warned of the nuke in time. But if a nuke hit where he is, he would die.
You just gotta do that slingshot. You gotta slingshot it the best you've ever done it, the best you've ever fucking, and then you fucking.
And the nuke is falling, and you're like, damn, that sucks.
All right, let's just move on to some questions.
Crazy. You abandoned a whole city full of people.
Flying, you're just like, well. Sorry. Sorry, niggas.
Oh, man, look at all the... But I would set black people on a good course. I would sacrifice myself too for that shit.
Let's move on to some questions.
I'm going to be a martyr.
We got to get
wipe
into
them all
this.
out. Let's wipe all the October ones.
Let's get all you Tobers.
You Tobers, you Tober Graces.
Tober Grace. Venus wrote in. He says, "Hi, Topher, swunken black man. How much did your perception of sex change when you fucked for the first time?" I gotta say, man, I was I remember specifically being like, I remember being. This wasn't the first time, but I remember being in a car and I was like, wow, what why the windows are fogging up? That's crazy. That's insane to me. I don't know why that surprised me so much, but it's just like, what the fuck? This is nuts. And then it scared the hell out of me because the windows were fogged up and I couldn't see, and then headlights came up behind me, and it was in an abandoned parking lot, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Was it a pig?
I don't know what the fuck I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be some psycho. Who the fuck approaches a parked car that's clearly, you know what I mean? That's clearly bro, I'm parked in a parking lot all alone. The windows are fogged up. Who the fuck is crazy enough to come up to me? And then the sirens came on. I was like, oh my God. I've never been that relieved in my life to see a cop in my entire fucking life. I was like, thank fucking God.
That is a crazy sentence that you just said.
I know. Because I'm just because what? I'm fucking in a car, okay, big fucking deal. The windows are fogged up. Okay, I'm probably going to get I'm 17 or something. They're probably going to call my parents and I'm going to be really fucking embarrassed. As opposed to you got to think of here's the thing about it. You got to think about what kind of civilian would pull up to a situation like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why it's not my normal thought. It's always a cop.
No, but right.
Pulls it behind
I've never had that. I never had that experience before. I never had a cop pull up to me like that. You know what I mean? Not in that scenario. So it was just jarring, and the lights weren't on. It was just normal headlights. Usually the lights are on if a cop is coming. You gotta be fucking.
That's it if you're driving.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's the only time I've ever had
experience. You're getting okay. I got it.
My experience was who the fuck is pulling behind me?
Yeah, some random fucking person coming to rape you.
Psycho's gonna. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I was gonna get trafficked or something, or stabbed because
join in.
Pray.
He knows going on. I don't know. You got room for one more?
You better, or else I'll eat you.
Oh, man.
He has a fork and knife with him too.
He has a bib. He has a bib.
Yo, if I see a grown man with a diaper on, footies, a fork, knife, and a bib, I'm screaming.
I mean, the diaper and the shit kind of throws me off a little bit to where I'm like, look at this freak. I feel more of seeing somebody more professional, maybe even wearing a fucking suit with
a Patrick Bateman style guy.
Because then I'm like, okay, this guy means fucking business. I better let him fuck, or else he's gonna eat me.
I better let this guy fuck me, or else he's gonna eat me.
He doesn't even touch the girl. He doesn't even. He's just fucking focusing on you.
He's carving little sections of your thigh.
He's rubbing you up real good. And there are moments where he's too rough, but you don't want to say anything. He's like, "Am I good? Is all right?"
He's biting off pieces of. He's biting off pieces of your hair.
He's like spaghetti in your hair and biting it.
Spaghetti.
He's using his like front teeth to like cut.
And you're scared, bro. You're scared, and the girl's like, she's like, you guys are in front of the exit, so she can't get out.
The girl left. The girl left already. The girl left already, and he has no issue with the fact that she left. He didn't even attempt to stop her at all. She left. She called an Uber. She waited.
She's like, I'm a little uncomfortable. He opens the door. Leave now. And she just walks out. You're just stuck there by yourself. You're like, no.
She thinks you're in on it, so she doesn't even call the cops.
And then you go, can I leave? And it's like, well, everybody can't leave.
Yeah. Like, what am I gonna do?
If you leave, what am I gonna do?
I don't know.
I'm having so much fun eating your hair.
I don't think the perception of sex changed.
The perception.
I don't think it changed necessarily.
Because I had a horrible first time.
I just remember. Yeah, well, everybody has like a pretty bad first time, just because it's like awkward.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty horrible.
But why would that change your perception? Because you're aware that that was just a bad session.
I saw sex for years before that, and then I had sex, and the sex I had, most of the sex I saw were just two very, 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 very different.
But you weren't
things.
like cognizant enough to know that, like, oh well, this was a bad session. This was not good.
Well, it was
sex.
bad because it was, for me, it was bad because it was like I thought I would like this. And I really did it. Why
was it bad then? Like,
huh?
What was bad about it?
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do it, and like I got talked into it. And it's because I was talking shit beforehand for a while beforehand about like me being ready to have sex, and then I did it, and I did it in a place I didn't want to do it in.
I think the problem.
That's
I
didn't want to do it in.
The problem is that you were in a situation.
Like, damn, then I just went home.
You were probably in a situation where it was kind of awkward because I'm sure the guy was probably like, hey, come to church.
He was really tough. He was really big, like really, like almost like Wilson Fisk from Spider-Verse. He was like that size.
Yeah. It's like Kingpin.
I was I was obviously I was a teen.
It's like Kingpin, so but a priest.
Problems there.
Yeah. It's a shame, man. That's always. I mean, that's everybody's first time, though. Everybody's first time is like they go to church after hours, and it's not the best time. But what's great about it is that you learn from it, and then you go, and then you just you.
Everybody's first time is obviously with their uncle, and it's never great.
Yeah, it's these are the things that Thanksgivings are really weird now, but like whatever. Like I didn't like Thanksgiving in the first place really that much, so like it's not really that much of a loss. So
I'm so thankful. I can't speak for the rest of my family. Thanksgiving for me was never a problem. It'd just be me and my cousins getting high with each other, and then like playing video games and hanging out.
Of course, yeah. My Thanksgivings were fine because I didn't have to eat turkey with like an uncle that molested me or something. Like only like that's a real.
You gotta pass crazy. That nigga. You gotta pass that nigga fucking cranberry. Freaking what's it called? The cranberry sauce. After that motherfucker raped you. Oh God!
You gotta pass over the stuff. You gotta pass over the stuffing, and then he looks at you and he's like, ironic. And then no one knows what it means.
Ironic.
Imagine having the balls to say that.
I mean, I imagine that there's a lot of. I've learned some stuff. I've learned some things through talking to certain people. And how normalized shit like that is, and it just blows my fucking mind. Like, Mr. Rapey Uncle is just gonna be here, and we're gonna pretend like nothing happened. And it's like,
that's a real big problem that exists in both Black and Hispanic families. Is like, things in the family within the family is like, no.
It's wild. When I start hearing shit like that, I'm just like,
I don't think that's unique to Black and Hispanics at all.
I don't know what to say.
I think it's more like don't say things your family's your family shit because I feel like it's more prevalent. Shit. At least in Black families it is, and in Hispanic families, some of them that I know it is as well.
I don't think it's more Hispanic families.
Maybe not yours.
No, but I mean, like what I'm saying is like I don't know if that's like unique to certain demographics. I think that's just like a general kind of like.
Well, because I feel like white families are just.
I can only do that too.
Black and Latinos. There you go.
I don't have. I'm trying to think of. I know that obviously the actual the problem. This stuff happens, but I will say I hear more stories about the white man taking a shotgun to the brother or something like that, and it being less like it's more of. And what I hear, this is what I hear a lot of times in like say in Black and brown, but particularly in brown families, is that they do not tell the dad. The men do not find out. Like the daughter, it's kept in. Don't tell so and so because he's going to kill so and so, and that's gonna, bring so much chaos in the family if so and so kills so and so. And I'm like, what the absolute fuck? So the women will go around all knowing that this person's a monster, and they'll do fuck all about it. And I'm like, yo, this to me, I'm like, we're getting the boys. The boys are coming, and we have fucking knuckle dusters. We have we're fucking everybody up.
That motherfucker's gonna find things inside of him years later. Later on, he's gonna be like, yo, is this just a glass orb? This is crazy. Inside my body.
Glass orb. Yeah, it's fucking wild, man.
It's insane. It's really unfortunate people have to deal with that.
What are you gonna do?
Anyone that goes through that, I want you to understand. Anyone that goes through that stuff, I want you to understand that I'm very, very sorry for what happens to you.
Right,
and
of course.
though that is your reality, I want you to know that you are more than those horrible times that happens. I want
you to know that you can message me if you're in the vicinity and you need a pervert to be beaten up. Because that is, I don't know why, that's the only time I ever want to get into a fight. I am not a fight and confrontational person, but for some reason I don't mind breaking my hands to beat up perverts.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so like, I can't think of a more easily, like a general demographic of person more easy to justify just beating the shit out of than that. You know what I mean? It's so simple. Where it's like I'm not remotely morally conflicted about that at all.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Not even slightly. Exactly.
I would show more moral concern over like, man, do I order out today, or do I actually use my ingredients to cook something because I should cook? It's been a while. Like that would bother me a lot more than if like I heard that a pedophile was like thrown into, like, if like somebody picked up an alligator and hit a pedophile with it. And then watch it like gnaw on him.
Crazy. That is correct. The idea of a pedophile being close enough to an alligator, or the idea of a person and an alligator like bonding, like they hit a knuckle tap, like, you down for this? Yeah. Team combo. And he picks the alligator up, and it makes that weird sound he makes.
Yeah.
And he just slaps it against his back as hard as possible.
That'd be
an alligator is approaching you, and then you see
the alligator's stuck in his back a little bit. Alligator's a little stuck in his back. He got to pull the alligator.
Okay, so what would you do if you were walking down the street eating like a fucking, I don't know, like an ice cream cone, like an ice cream sandwich, and then like an alligator's like running up to you, and then like at a certain point, like it crosses a threshold, and then you see the triangle and circle button appear over your face.
I would be so fucking scared.
How do you
I would start
react
running
to
away
it?
too. I'd start running away too.
How
get out of his range.
How do you? Yeah, I guess so. What else can you do?
It's like you see the live. It's like you're walking down this. It's like it's like you're walking down the street and suddenly the Live League logo appears in the sky, and you're like, oh,
yeah, fuck.
You gotta hope it's someone close. You gotta hope you witness it. You gotta hope
that's
you
a
just
hologram.
witness it.
I hope that's a hologram.
Hope it's a witness. Like, okay, what do I do? Because at that moment, you know, where it's like, does me running away make it happen? What's gonna cause this?
Yep,
if I leave, does it cause it? If I stay, does it cause it? What causes it? You're just like, oh no, a million thoughts in your brain at once.
Yep, you only got one shot.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
Let's see.
You better fuck yourself to the music.
I love FOV Sliders wrote it, and he said, did you guys see the Japanese tapioca pizza from a few years ago? What are the worst food abominations you've ever seen? I've never heard of this, actually. I'm going to Google it right now.
I didn't see that, no.
Japanese tapioca pudding. Or tapioca pizza. What the
That sounds
fuck?
disgusting.
Yeah, what? Ew. Oh, it's like a tapioca boba pizza? No, I don't know. I can't abide by that. I saw today
that's
somebody
probably
made
the worst shit. Uh-huh.
That's pretty bad. But I did see something today where somebody was like, "Hey, I made pancakes out of, instead of water, I used Gatorade Glacier Freeze," which seemed a little bit much to me. But
yeah, I want salty ass pancakes like that. Yeah, that's really good. Fucking dumb people, man.
They're just passing the time.
I get it for a joke. I did see somebody cook chicken in NyQuil.
I saw that video too. And
You saw that video? You remember that?
My God.
That was an old video. That was like early COVID.
That was that was and that was just one of those things where I'm like,
fucked.
It was blue, dude. It was blue.
I think the guy
imagine having to eat a whole chicken breast that was cooked in NyQuil. How much would it take for you to eat it? How much would it take for you to eat that shit?
I don't know. I'd definitely try. I'd definitely have a bite of it just out of curiosity. But
yeah, I'm hoping
if
someone
it was
has like
season
500.
2, if it was season 2, I'd eat it.
No, that's
like
the
if
thing.
they
Like,
really
it can't be seasoned, otherwise it's too easy.
Like if it was really like what's like what did you make with this? Oh, it was a little adobo, a little sazon.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that too much. It needs to be boiled. It needs to be a boiled chicken and boil a chicken in NyQuil. That's it.
Boil it in NyQuil. It's so fucking disgusting. It's just rubbery and fucking just black licoricey. Like it's just
everything about that sounds fuck. I hate that. Yeah, no, that sounds like it would probably win.
Fucking sounds so goddamn disgusting.
What makes it worse? They didn't even lean it up where you cook down the NyQuil so it's only the powder left, and then use the powder with some seasoning and do that. They fucking just
it's a marinade. It's a fucking marinade.
That's a marinade. You're not marinating it. No, you're sopping it in it. That's so gross.
That was pretty gross. I'm trying to think of like real food though. Real food. I would just say there's so many pizza abominations. I feel like that's kind of almost the objective answer, that people just go and destroy pizza.
They do. It's a really disrespected food.
Yeah.
For me, I've seen some of those pizza things that are like really good, Like there's like I've had like steak and pesto pizza. It's pretty good.
That's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about people
things just
like
yeah.
I don't even know. It's like, hey, here's a pizza, but we put funfetti and olives and fucking I don't know anchovies and then a gun. Just like they just put all sorts of bullshit on pizza, like to the point where it's just like, what are you fucking doing even? Oh, rubber?
Yeah.
Cool. Actually, the most insane sandwich. I wish the video's still somewhere.
That's my least favorite.
Steak tartare.
Yeah, it's just
tartare is fucking stupid.
I've never had.
It's raw fucking meat.
Yeah, it's raw meat.
And they put like a stupid egg in it, like a duck egg or some
it's
dumb bullshit.
It's Nord food.
Crack a duck open.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's Nord food. It's like the kind of shit that they eat because everything else was fucking. They didn't have fire because everything was frozen.
Yeah. You find
they decided to make
the fanciest restaurants. The tartare, like beef tartare or blank tartare. It's so fucking stupid.
Is it I
hate rich people food.
What the fuck is
it's cold.
I had caviar. I had sushi. I had sushi once.
Then it's just cooked.
I had sushi once where they put caviar on it, and I was so upset. Like it made me so mad. Just the notion of caviar, because it's so class oriented, where it's like, even though it's not, it's actually like a wildly like cheap thing. But like
there's like there's regular fish eggs, yeah.
Right. It's like fish eggs.
Apparently caviar is delicious. I would never eat it. I'll never.
I've had caviar.
Salty.
It's fun. Like it's not even remote. I would 900 times out of 10 I would have fucking like Gus's fried chicken over caviar. 10 times out of 10 in fact.
That's most fancy foods. I went to for our wedding anniversary, we went to Hell's Kitchen, and our bill was like whatever, a few $100s, whatever the fuck it was, and the food was so fucking bland, because that's how like rich people don't fucking Southern cooking to me, or like say anything where it's just hotter, the food's better. Mediterranean fucking Southern food. It's just better.
100%.
The spices, man. This fucking shit was not like I was expecting. Maybe if Gordon Ramsay was actually there, but like whoever the fuck cooked the shit, I was like, this rich people bland food was bullshit.
Yeah,
they don't put like. Yeah, I expected better, but it's fucking trash. I had truffle fries, and truffles is overrated. It's so expensive, and it's so it's so overrated.
I'm mixed on. I will say I've
fries
had
are pretty decent.
I've had truffle fries. I'm like, is okay, but like to me, it's like the fanciest thing that I've ever ordered at a restaurant that I ended up really really liking was like this. I've had it at a few restaurants, and it's always great. Is this like mushroom truffle pasta that I think is fucking delicious. But it's also like it's usually like the cheapest thing on like an expensive menu. You see like it's like $26, which is like expensive, but then you see like the tomahawk steak at like $160, and you're like, Yeah, I'll not do that. I'll not do that tomahawk.
Even like the fanciest steaks, man, it's such a slight difference to me. Like,
yeah, steak
it really.
I like steak,
it's
but
such
it's
a slight difference.
I'm not gonna pay
I've had so many different cuts.
$200 for steak. You know.
Yeah, I've had like some of the fancier cuts, and I'm like, this isn't wildly better. It's not wildly better.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've come out of those restaurants
right? Like,
sometimes.
I'll give it. They do taste different. But
they
like,
taste different, but like it's
enough.
But not enough to just like I've come out of great restaurants where I'm like, I honestly could have gone for some Five Guys. You know what I mean? And to be fair, Five Guys is expensive too, but not in comparison.
For what it is. Yeah, it's just I don't even like because I feel like I always try to say like the basis of your whatever you have has to be amazing on its own, and I don't feel that way for like most restaurants when they're having their beef or whatever. Like if it's just not, they want to always throw on all this extra shit to mask that like, oh, there's not enough seasoning on this fucking thing, and that always bothers me. Where I want to be able to, like they said, of the fanciest steaks are supposed to be eaten without anything. Like that is supposed to be how it is. So it's seasoned to perfection. So you don't need any sauce. You don't need anything else.
I don't know, man. When it comes to steak, when it comes to like actual like proper, like I can season ground beef pretty well. Like in general, me as a person, I use less salt in general. I just use less salt now to begin with. There's no reason I should. Like I haven't had a reason from a doctor, but like, lose less salt. I just use it.
I use salt exclusively. I wake up and my throat is acidic and it hurts, and then I wake up choking. But like I use a lot of salt.
Very good.
That's insane.
Very good.
That's wild.
I don't know what the I don't know. I don't know what the connection is necessarily, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm always so thirsty. It's crazy, but but yes, but like seasoning steak is just like it's just like put some onions on it. That's it. Just put some onions on it, and then like a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and that's a seasoned steak.
Salt, pepper on beef in general is just the foundation. Like if you
that's all you need.
If there ain't enough of that shit, like you already fucked up. Like I like other things on it too, but I feel like that's the problem with most beef patties that I have, that there is not enough salt and pepper on them. Like even like say if you strip down a McDonald's patty, which people always shit on McDonald's, but if you just taste the beef by itself, nothing else, it's actually it's beautifully seasoned. And I feel like all you need to do now is just have better quality beef, like other places, and then fucking put some seasoning on that shit, and then it'll be delicious. But I feel like a lot of places just like, oh, we're going to rely on the sauce, the ketchup, the mustard, the fucking tomatoes, the onions,
fucking Raising
the pickles,
Cane's.
the this. Raising.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly.
We only got a handful left, which is good.
Oh, yeah, let's kill them.
So let's just knock these out. Your mom's phone number is your money. How wealthy are you? Shut up. Hello, three Musketeers. Nice. Longtime patron, first time writing in. I've been listening to the show since I was only in 9th grade, and now I'm almost graduating. That's insane.
Whoa.
Wild.
Whoa.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Wild.
Have we been doing this for that long?
I mean, we're coming up on our 4th year.
Really?
We're coming up on our 4th year. Yes, we are.
We started in 19?
No, we started in... So, basically... we
started in 20.
Wait. Okay, well, we started in 20.
Well, I guess the show technically started in 19.
We're in our 3rd year right now. I guess we started in 20.
Yeah, we technically did start in 19 because that was the first episode when I first started it.
That is true. But
we really started in 2020, right? Like with the just before the pandemic. Because I remember, because like our 7th episode was about coronavirus and how it wouldn't be a big deal. I remember that very specifically.
God, were we wrong?
I mean, fucking God, everyone was like, how weren't we? I mean, to be fair, it could have not been a big deal if people would have fucking actually gave a shit.
That's true.
The actual numbers that they were putting out, well, we can curve this and kill it within a few weeks, was true. But all the people that are talking shit now and being like, oh, remember when they said that? I'm like, yeah, I do remember, but you didn't fucking do anything, bitch. You went and partied, you went to fucking spring break. Fuck you.
In retrospect, though, it should have been obvious that was that was gonna happen. It's like we don't care.
Granted, those
this is
people
such
are
a fucking ridiculous, inconsiderate country. It's crazy. But
right.
Let's Anyway, he writes in. He says, "In this new world of student loans and post-secondary education, do you have any insight or fatherly advice? I know, Sweeney, you've went through many years of university to be a lawyer like I dream I need to do." He's not a lawyer. He's trying to do a nurse. Trying to be a nurse.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's similar amounts of time schooling, I think. And, Chris, I understand you didn't bother. I'm going to be making one of the biggest decisions of my life soon, picking a major, and why not get my 3 creepy uncles 2 cents along the journey? Yeah, man. I mean, a lawyer, if you're going to be a lawyer, you need school. You can't.
Wait, you said he wanted to get I wasn't paying attention. He said he wanted
he brought up a lawyer. I don't know if he missed. I don't know if he. Okay, so he many years of university to be a lawyer, like I dream I need to do. Okay. 7. So I don't know if you implied that you. I don't know if what's written here is that you thought Sweeney was studying to be a lawyer, or you are and you thought Sweeney was also. You know what I mean? It's kind of written a little weird. But I mean, I guess if he is picking a major, he's
maybe
not
he's
decided.
thinking of lawyer of Jalen, and he may be confusing.
Oh
them.
yeah, our friend, our friend the paralegal.
I am nowhere near a lawyer. Oh fuck no. My sister was a lawyer
terrified.
and she stopped.
You'd let so many serial murders off.
My parents were telling me to be. My parents were telling me to be a lawyer, constantly. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Evil people, brother.
I know, but they were like,
shut up.
Unless you specifically are trying to defend good people. But if you're just going to be a lawyer working your way up, you're going to take some cases.
You could just be a victim claims lawyer, and you're fine. You're not fucking. You're a bad person.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
If you're a corporate, you're bad. If you're doing corporate law, that's bad.
If you're a typical lawyer trying to just work your way up, right? If you're in a practice,
that's true.
And you're trying to become a rock star, which who the fuck wouldn't want to do that, right? You want to make more money. You might have to take on some fucking cases that you won't be proud of. But whatever. World needs the villains too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be a civil defendant. You could be a
my parents thought I would have made an excellent villain. Is what I'm gathering from this. Like, hey, you should be a villain. You should be. I
mean, you're very good about bullshitting. You're very good about bullshitting, especially if people don't know what you're talking about. You're very good at just bullshitting people into believing you, but. If people know what you're talking about, then that's different. So it depends on it's if you have whoever you're going against, if they just read up what they're talking about, then you have a little bit of trouble. But if you don't, then you're good.
No,
you're
man,
solid.
I would shake up the lawyer game like Trump shook up the presidential race. Like I would go in there and be like, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that I'm defending this guy for serial murder, but in defense. Do you see the guy he murdered? Do you not see how dumb and lame this guy looks? Honestly, if you passed him by, would you even remotely think anything nice about him? Probably not, right? And so what did this guy do? What did this guy do? What did this guy do? What did this guy do really other than remove a negative impulse from the world? By getting rid of this guy. Like you look at this guy and you think ill, gross. Now you don't think anything because he's gone. Is that not a public service? I rest my case. And everybody will be like, wow, that's a great argument. I can't believe.
My sister did law. My sister was a lawyer for, I think, 11 years. She was civil defense. And she was like, I can't do this anymore. She stopped. And then in the middle of COVID, she just went to nursing. Because she just fucking hated it. She was like, law is a terrible place. The amount of people she said that didn't need to go to jail that went to jail were she's like, it's just so sad. Because law is fucked. It's all fucked. The way it is fucked. The way the way shit happens, it's fucked. The way that you're dude, so much of the laws in American justice system are written in Latin, and it means that people that just don't have good educations cannot understand. They just can't understand it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So they just can't decipher it correctly.
It's pretty cool. So this guy was asking for.
She speaks Spanish. That's it. There's no reason why she understands any of it because she speaks Spanish. And it's really, really, really sad.
So this guy was asking for advice?
He's asking for advice about school, which I don't know if we're really all that.
Which major? Was it the major?
He's still picking his major, but I guess he's just general life advice about school. I will say, man, look, a lot of student loans are very predatory. The whole thing is predicated on the fact that you are too young to be making a ridiculous commitment like that.
Excuse me.
But I mean, dude, if you have something that you're really passionate about that requires school, absolutely do it. I would say also at the same time, like if you have a huge passion and you've shown that you're very good at something that doesn't necessarily require it, I would say instead of spending a shit ton of money on school, spend a portion of that money, not a lot of it, but like a portion of the money that you would have spent on college, getting the necessary tools you need to excel at that thing, and then like be smart with your money after that. Just like, I don't know, open up a CD, do certain things like that. Like do a lot of smart financial shit immediately if you're not going to college, because like college admittedly like it does kind of stave that stuff off a little bit. You get some kind of a grace period, but eventually you're going to get hammered in a way that you fucking can't even fathom, and you're going to be like wondering like damn. So you got to make sure you really care about what you're doing, and what you're doing requires what you're setting out to do. Like I really need to borrow 160 grand?
Granted, when you go into a field, if you're in a field and you like it at that time, do not be afraid to change your field. There's a clock, that countdown to when you need to be doing things that you should be like secure for yourself. And I know people that have finished college with fucking master's degrees, summa cum, whatever they are, fucking high deans, all that
loudly.
shit. I've deanless all that shit. Like my GPA at the end of college was 3.1 something. That's not great, but it's very good. And I still didn't want to go back because I'm like, I don't really know. I don't like it's not for me right now. And sometimes it's not for you. Taking a break, there's nothing wrong with taking breaks. There's nothing wrong with also working hard to get it done as well. But don't make moves that you don't want to make. Like, make sure before you take a step, you sit down, you think about it, you get a nice thought about it. Talk to your parents about it, because your parents might have had the similar situations as well. Obviously, a lot of our parents lied to us, giving us a whole speech about college being what we need to do. But some parents are sensible, and they'll be like, look, man, if you don't want to do this, go try this. Take some time off, focus on your life, enjoy yourself,
Take a picture of your taint and sell it for a lot of money.
You should try OnlyFans.
Don't go to school winters. Don't go to school wintertime or summertime. If you can.
No, that's when you get the most pussy.
Go.
That is true.
Everyone's cold. They want to go inside.
Dude, winter is indeed pussy season.
Yeah.
Let's move
on.
Also,
experiment with men if you're not gay.
Yeah.
That's my best advice.
If you're not gay, if you're repulsed by men, that just means you got to keep pushing.
Right.
Yeah. While that guy's sucking your dick and you look down and you're like, ew. Just keep feeding him more cock.
Yeah, you imagine saying ew. You imagine saying it. You got an audibly like saying ew. Ew. I love that. Can I?
You're just giving him pipe and you're like, oh, gross.
I saw this on Twitter a couple weeks ago. I am curious because I saw a bunch of people arguing about it, and I was kind of interesting. I thought it was kind of interesting. Would you, in the hypothetical in a hypothetical scenario, right? Is it better for 100 guilty people to go free than it is for one innocent man to be punished? Like, how do you like that philosophical prospect?
I need more context, man.
There's not supposed to be more context in that. It's the whole
the whole point is like,
there needs to be more. There needs to be more context in that.
The concept. The whole thing is
what is the person guilty of? What are the people like?
That doesn't. No, see that.
That does not matter, though.
No, not. It does if we were genuinely legislating this, but like we're just talking from a philosophical kind of like gut reaction.
Yeah. It only works if there's no context. That actual fucking quote. And it's one of the things where it just means like, is it more heinous to punish an innocent person than to let
guilty people free? I have an immediate answer. I have an immediate thought where it's like, absolutely, it's worse. Absolutely, it's worse to punish an innocent person for doing something that they absolutely didn't do. Absolutely.
Yes. There's nothing worse than being innocent and being punished, but at the same time, it matters to people. Just like petty crimes are things, People that are guilty of petty things matter.
No, but engage with the hypothetical though. Like it's not like we're not.
I can't because it's such a finite means of like.
No, you can. No, you're just refusing to. That's what's happening right now.
I guess I would say the innocent person going to being crime, like getting affected, is like worse.
Let's put it this way. Is it better for 100 murderers to not be caught because there's not enough evidence to convict them or whatever than it is for an innocent person who did not commit murder to be put on death row.
Yeah, the innocent person is in a what for situation. I agree with that.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. Well, no, the question isn't who's in a worse situation. Obviously, the murderers who are free are in a better situation than the innocent guy on death row.
Yeah,
The question
I think
is, like,
it's worse for the innocent person to be put on death row. Yeah, I agree with that.
Right. Yeah. That's what I thought was obvious too. When I saw people arguing about it, I was like, no, it's fucked up, and it's like, I don't know, man. That seems kind of insane because, like, I think everybody would argue that it's like it's better for people to speed on the highway and not get a ticket than it is for you to fucking not speed and then get penalized for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, because
then it just means that there's nothing.
100%, yes.
That's I don't know. I thought that was such an insane argument, but I guess there's no disagreement here.
It is. I just feel like people don't. People always fail to. It's just like, to me, it's always just kind of like
People
always
don't have
comes down to like a
empathy.
lack of empathy. Where
People don't have empathy.
to the
It's like-
point
it's like
where
wild.
this is a real life problem happening right now, where there's a bunch of innocent people in prison as we speak, and people are just kind of like, and I'm like, well, you wouldn't say if fucking you knew them or if it was
that was
fucking
your fucking
you,
mom. If that was your fucking
dickhead.
mom, you wouldn't be like, then, you know.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, props to Kim Kardashian for getting some niggas out, man.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to some names. Remember, if you like what you heard today somehow, come on over to patreon.com/thesnarktank, where you'll get a bunch of stuff. Me and Kingston just did a spoiler cast for Spider-Man 2, by the way, so that'll be up there. And so
we don't
there's other stuff there as well. So hurry on over, and remember, there might be nudes there. Who knows?
It's possible.
It's possible. You'll never know until it's Schrodinger's nudes, really. If you really think about it. All right, count me down.
Nudes. 3, 2, 1.
Solid Slug, Galen, Yehu Welds Nutsacks in my cigarette arc, the FNAF porn parody featuring Freddy Fuckbear, Incel turned trans femme, Alexander the Gay, The Adventures of Slenderman, and Thin Boy.
I love that shit.
I like the idea that Slender Man was once Thin Boy. I like that. Sucking down a crisp Diet Cock. Jizz in my eyes. Can you glue them shut? JC was a gay man. I don't know what any of that means. Throw your cum in the air and spray it like you just don't care.
Nice.
He wrote it out like that. I appreciate that because it did fix it. If you like dick and balls and all that gay shit, everybody. Nice. John, my friends have three ways without me. Guido the fourth. That's crazy. Damn.
You gotta get in there, bro.
Imagine not even being invited, bro. I listened to every episode of the Snark Tank podcast, and all I got was his lousy dick. What is this?
Good,
Square in the face. This handsome man better prepare to get caked because he's gonna taste my semen. Semen by Semen M.
Semen.
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 Go
keep it by Semen.
You better cream yourself.
Oh my god.
Semen.
You better cream yourself. There ain't no rest for the homos. Come don't grow on trees. We've got men to fuck. We got dick to suck. Bungie died. Thanks, Joe Brandon. Listening to
Did you see that shit, Chris?
Of course I saw it. It's really disappointing. It's all, but it's so
over.
nerd oriented that I'm sure we're gonna talk about it in secret.
It's over, man.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Right. It's over.
It's over. It's Jover. Listening to Sweeney makes me consider racism. It's finally Jover. The baller of the first sin. There goes my homo. Watch him as she blows. Gape with 8 of the machine. 2 episodes remaining. Be afraid. Take me down to the gay man city where the ass is clean and the girls have pee-pee.
Damn.
Take me come. Jolly old dipshit. Friends theme. So no one told you I was going to cease this way. God damn.
Yes.
I thought about making the obvious joke, which was like, could I be any more gay or dead? Sorry, we're in the gay mode of the podcast.
Could I be any more gay? That's crazy.
I was gonna say, could I be any more dead? But it's like, whatever.
Yeah, there was
maybe in like a week I'll do it.
Yeah,
Johnny Silvercock, Cypher Graph, Ball Twister Machine. If you like Penis Alada, getting cock in the rain. If you're not into Yo Girl and you love anal pain. Bohemian Rhapsody, Mama, I have tasted cum, and now I know for sure that I am gay. Mama, Coom, I didn't mean to suck him dry. Adrian, I'm squirting. Get a glass. I want to see it. Sweeney, lick my weenie. Gayo, here comes the penis up his butt. When we get harder men, we suck on cock. We gon' fuck the pussy till it gets too soft. Chris yelling at Sweeney over Spider-Man made me cum all over my programming socks. Help. Back the tank of cum. Caucasian container, the Cracker Barrel for gays. Tinfoil tyrant, learning voodoo with witch magic to keep Dianne Feinstein in office. Putting blackface on my light bulbs. Penis man. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know. I looked too long into Craven's eyes and it made me gay. Sweeney, swallow up my peenie. BC sings, weren't you the one who tried to fuck my intestines? You think I'd bend over? You think I'd spread my ass out wide? She pipkin on my pippa. Possum's better at skating listening to you. Wooden dolls but gay. I left my home without my blow-up doll in hope that I might be... You said the F slur but spelled it all stupid. That's so fucking dumb. Average clit energy. Great God, Jacob. Meeting his Caucasian creations. They should make pedos wear GoPros in prison so you can see what happens to them. I think that would be neat. Star Coffee on Twitch, bitch. Mama JF martyred in an IDF airstrike. Been blowing lots of guys in a gay man's paradise. Taking dongs of every size in a gay man's paradise. Transfem gremlin. Exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million radians of ionizing radiation. Yush, not Vin Pen, Angelic DM. His name's Apollo. He was a homo, but that was 30 years ago when he still had bros to blow. Craig the Canadian. Slipknot, wait and bleed. Bro. I felt the gay rise up in me. Kneel down and suck the penis clean. I wander out to find some seed. It's your boy Shawnee D. Here's a fun game you can play. Go to a club, count all the white women, try to guess how many will be alive in 24 hours. School shootings prove white people are the best at AoE damage. Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey. 3. There exists a video in which a praying mantis eats into a woman's nipple. Happy Halloween, sluts. That's disgusting. I saw a wasp rip its own head off by accident. And it was like dangling by like the fucking nervous cord, and I was like, that's heinous, man. I'm glad I'm not a bug.
That's disgusting.
I'm really glad I'm not a bug. And so I don't think they fully understand how ugly they are. Hurt. Right? It's so visceral. There's something about it.
My neck hurt.
Yeah, that made me really upset seeing that.
Whoopsie, I'm a bug.
Whoopsie, I'm a bug. I'm stupid and inferior. Look at me. I fucking don't have a realistic nervous system, and I can survive without my head, but what's the point? I can't eat. I'm going to die soon anyway. Lamau. 3X.
They're going to outlive us. That's what's crazy. They're going to outlive us, dude.
Don't even say that. We won't let them. We'll nuke the world until it's in space.
We will exterminate all of them.
No, we won't. No,
yeah, we will. One day we'll have the balls. One day we'll have the balls to not give a shit about what's going to happen to the ecosystem when we kill all the mosquitoes. And I hope to be alive for that day, but I don't think I will. But
what I want to do is I want to be able to see a big roach, right, and not feel any sort of fear, just grab it and eat it.
All right,
and go on about my day.
That's real shit right there.
You can hypnotize yourself into feeling that way, probably. 3XO letting.
That's some next level shit, dude. Oh, nice.
You just hypnotize yourself into doing it. Fucking what's his name? Revolver Ocelot hypnotized himself into thinking his arm was still possessed. You know, it's a whole fucking.
Because that universe is fucking insane.
Metal Gear is so insane. It's such a fucking boss. It really is like if Fast and the Furious it's like if you took cerebral if you took cerebral story elements and treated them like Fast and Furious treats action, that's what that universe is. It's like, yeah, sure, this is like interesting, but also what if it was also ridiculous? And it's just like, yeah, he's possessed by an arm, but also he's not because it's like he's gonna cut it off, and then he's gonna put a robot arm, but then he needs to still keep up the act, so he's gonna hypnotize himself into believing it still, so he can keep up the act so well that no one would believe that he's just acting. But then it's all a lie. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, spoilers.
Metal Gear Solid is literally, it's literally this, right? It's if an Asian man knew some American historical points and made an action game about it. That is all Metal Gear Solid is, and it's 100% the truth.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Totally, it's Hideo Kojima knowing some American history and being like, yeah, this sounds like it happened.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. It's like Ubisoft where it's like, Da Vinci was friends with an assassin,
this guy,
actually.
My OC.
And he made him a flying machine.
He was friends with my OC, yeah.
Yeah, he was. It is kind of like that. He was friends with my OC. What? Anyway, 3XO letting people know that One Piece has a better story than Halo, Mass Effect, and Destiny.
Okay.
I don't believe that at all.
Maybe not Mass Effect. Like you can argue some of the other ones, but Mass Effect, I disagree.
I'm sure modern Halo probably. I'm sure Destiny's kind of all over the place, so I kind of probably have to believe that. But at the same time, it's no, man. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Morning, Alec, Keith, David. Drip MH, return of Drip, Matthew Perry getting double teamed by Goth, both worms and maggots as he was laid to rest. God damn, you guys have no chill.
Whoa.
Obi won't you blow me. I didn't say that, by the way. It's these people. Dox me, stalk me, my friend, stalk me, rape me, sung by Nirvana, sung by Jack's Films. A pizza guy accidentally at Chris Hansen's house. There goes my queero. Watch him take my load. Gay piece. Is that One Piece but gay? It's so stupid. That's
so
understood.
vindictive.
It's like, whoa, what, you still watching Gay Piece?
I've definitely said that.
Not even like cum piece or something where it like kind of rhymes at least. Where it's it's
close.
Oh, piece rhymes, I guess.
Fucking police. It's closer to one than gay is.
You're right.
Police coming hard as I thrust and pound. Abby, I don't want to be here anymore, but I rise against. I don't want to be queer anymore. I know there's nothing left worth gaying for. Women guest suggestions. Denims, Derek's wife, Alana Pierce, Cutie Lee, that one lady from episode 14. Oh, Gabby. I don't know, man. Maybe. Denims would probably go on. Alana's not touching this with a 10-foot pole, man. Like Alana's not even
she can't be here.
She cannot be here, and I do not begrudge it. It's hilarious because I know a lot of, and I've met these people. Like we talk every now and again. I'm friends with these people. But at the same time, like I would never in a million years pitch the show to them. I only feel comfortable pitching shows to people that I barely know. Like we asked. I don't mind saying this. We asked Ethan H3 to come on. I sent him a DM, be like, "Hey, you know what's up?"
All right.
No response, which is fine, like totally fine. I only kind of know Ethan, so it's like I get it, whatever. But it's just so out of pocket that like
the idea of Alana
Jack's
here
Films
is
the fact that Jack's Films is as dope as he is and can just be on something like this. It speaks volumes of like who he is,
right?
Because that's very rare. Like I feel very uncomfortable. Elvis is another one where I feel probably comfortable. There's like a handful, but it's like it's an acquired taste. This show, not an acquired taste, but it's an acquired environment because I feel like we put out an air of being like very, very toxic. I think that like I get the sense that people feel that way about it, even though we're not even close, really. But I get it. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Denims, I think would actually would be down to do it. Maybe I'll ask her. Wage Slate 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. Blasting the background of a COD montage. Come bend me down. You're drilling me. I am finished. Are you? The Papini Brothers Emporium of realistic cami and Chun-Li thigh-shaped neck pillows, self-tightening sold separately. Donk Donkerson, do you see my banana laying over his white hot ass? Here he comes with come for me, freshly flowing from his banana tree. You gotta pay the trolls toll to get in the boys' hole. Gade 6, I Christopher Raymond Gunther am an ethnic lisdexic. Fuck you. Derek and Sween's strategy for arguing is just to not let Chris talk. That's all. That's everybody. That's all of our strategy is. I don't let myself talk either, because I interrupt myself constantly. Thin Lizzy has a song called Black Boys on the Corner. You should check it out. I didn't read how many people got like angry at that episode where we were like arguing with each other? Because I feel like people took that a lot more seriously than even we did. Because like it seems, because you have to understand, we've known each other for a very, very long time. We can lose it at each other and it's not a fucking big deal. You know what I mean? But like I like from the outside, I bet people were like, "What the fuck? They're so mad. Why are they so mad at each other? They're never gonna. The podcast is over. Canceled.
The fact
it's like frenemies all over again. Oh my god." Huh?
The shit that we've said to each other, the shit that we've said to each other outside, like there are moments where we've been together and we've said shit that I know if it got released, people would be like, "Oh, these guys hate each other."
Yeah,
but it's just us talking just random bullshit.
There's so few. I don't know, man. You gotta tiptoe around.
There was
so many
a night where me and Derek kept making jokes about this dad drinking piss while in a thermostat, trapped in a bathroom with his kids, bro.
I've been thinking about that recently.
That shit was so funny.
You guys got to do that again so I can actually go. I didn't get a chance to go last time.
We're probably around Christmas time. Come here Christmas time, dude.
I'll be here Christmas time. I'm not going home. Or at least I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm not going home. I might go home like earlier in the month to film something, but I'm not gonna.
I'm going to Chicago, but other than that, like.
Oh, you trying to get shot?
Chicago. Yeah,
Chicago's not that bad. It's not that bad, bro.
All of my family members have gone to Chicago.
South of the West Side,
all
so
of my family members, every single one of them, with no exception, has gone to Chicago and come back in a body bag. All of them. Every single one of them.
That's crazy. Every single one. They get out the bag. They get out of the bag, of course. It's like a bit. But like
it's a bit. Oh my fucking god. No, seriously, I miss my cousins a lot. Thin Lizzy is called a song of Black Boys on the Corner. You should check it out. I thought Chris was Italian. People think that a lot.
We did too for a long time until you told us you were Puerto Rican. We all think you're Italian.
It's because I was so.
You're Puerto Rican?
It's because I love the pizza and my name kind of sounds Italian if you say it in a certain way.
Your name is Italian, dude.
Well, Maldonado is a Spanish word, like literally. Like it's.
Mal is Latin.
No, Maldonado is a word. Or not a word, but it's like it's a Spanish.
Really?
It's a Spanish invention. Yeah, it
sounds
super.
I know Mal is Spanish.
My parents, when they were talking about, like, they went to Puerto Rico, like, at some point in the last, like, 10 years. It was earlier on, though, like, maybe, like, 2014 or something. And my mom was in a church where there were at least 15 other Maldonados, and none of them were related. Like, it's a frighteningly common name over there. It might be Italian. I mean, it would make sense to me if there was Italian blood in there somewhere, but, like, it's untraceable because we've done the DNA thing, and our family tree ends immediately, man. There's no data at all.
Our family tree ends immediately. Like it goes to your granddad, then stops, and it's like he kind of just showed up.
It goes to my great grandparents, and then it's just it's muddy because they just didn't keep records really in the same way. I don't know. There's some people who are like, my family's been here since fucking Plymouth Rock or whatever. I'm like, how the fuck do you? That's insane that you have that.
Well, you know why? You know why they have that. You know that.
I know. Scream, big scream boy.
You, me, and Derek don't have that. You, me, and Derek don't have that. Unfortunately, I don't know. They got that. They got that.
I don't know. I don't presume. I
can go back maybe 5 generations, maybe, and then that's it.
It's like 4 generations, 5 max. People who are like, I go back 15 generations.
For a black person, 5 generations is a lot.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Anyway, a big scream boy, a stupid ass lesbian. I'm high on 12 Jason Boynes, looking to beat the cum out of a thick, fresh oak. I said it with a little venom too, by accident. John Strickland, give me a second. I need to make sure I'm not straight. My friends are in the men rooms getting ran through like the nickel plate. I don't know. It's nickel plab, but like it's clearly cut off. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's plate, but like nickel plab, I don't know. Merck's 1889, fucker stood in my path, so I ushered him down the path of the river Styx. The first Church of Keith David, featuring Chris's Team Fortress 2 scout-looking ass ranting and raving about the name of Spider-Man. Miles Morales being gunned down by the IDF because they think he's a Palestinian. Free-Roz, Blake 8989. Yeah, honestly, like Spider-Man, I will say Spider-Man's not standing a chance against Israel. It's just not that Iron Dome's taking out Spider-Man in like a fucking millisecond, dude. He's gone.
It's covertly, but not out and proud. Like if he was out and proud in the battlefield, he would die. But if he was covert, he could be doing shit.
No, man, Spider-Man. Now, the thing about Spider-Man is like his sense of humor is he has too strong of a sense of humor as Spider-Man to not be a fan of comedians, and if you're a fan of comedians, you're a fan of a lot of Jewish people, and so like I think he would try to fight them, but like his spider sense wouldn't go off because he's like, these are the people that make me laugh. They would never. They would never. And then the Iron Dome would take him out.
Such a fucking roundabout way to make it so he would get killed by Jewish people.
This is why I'd make a good lawyer.
Spider-Man's spider sense. Spider-Man's fighting Doc Ock, and he hits him, and he's like, "Wait a second, you're Jewish," and he's like, "What?"
Was it here? Was it on this show that we had Coctor Coctopus?
Yeah, Cocktail Coctavius.
Oh yeah,
What happened to that image? That image that we can't show. Do you remember that image?
I have it saved.
It must be in like our Discord
conversation
conversation somewhere, because that was the funniest thing I've ever seen with Dr. Octopus with like the photorealistic penises as his arms. Oh man,
photorealistic penis tentacle, dude.
Anyway, Raj, Blink896, thanks for the cunning linguist recommendation. It's in the playlist now. Sick.
Nice.
Getting suspended from school for mispronouncing that one African country. Stir your dad's booty hole like a bowl of chili. Oh yeah, faux shiz, genuine. What's up, homie? Alaskan oil field trash. That felt more racist than even saying the N-word did for some reason. Alaskan oil field trash. Texas tater salad. Fun fact: Kobe Bryant died on my birthday. Happy birthday, I guess.
Damn.
Fun
remember?
fact.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, fun. Remember, Etienne Sin is a Trojan horse. Sue Hulk, tickle my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy, Chris Marcus again. Cole lost his last fastball and is taking your autograph once he said it has his name on it. I have returned after my 8-month depressive episode. I'm once again manic and no longer care about financial responsibility. Emoticon's going like this: Gay Tariq Nasheed be like, "Fuck your ass. I'm gonna fuck your ass." That's awesome.
Damn, I forgot about wash your ass.
I forgot about that too, dude. Oh man, Tariq Nasheed is so long ago. That was the first apartment that we had out here, because I remember doing that Tariq Nasheed's School of Audio Engineering joke by jumping on that desk. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, Duck Hunt, Goliath Voice. I've been denied everything, even my cum. Aetherian, Progerian Hunter, Melphus won the angriest crowd back from Texas, and rounding out our list as always, the fucking you know who it is. You know who this is. Come on,
fucking that guy,
the king of haphazard.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot.
Oh, that's
that's hot.
my favorite character from Star Wars, Darth Nigius.
Darth Niggy.
Well, on that note, I guess. On that note, come back next time. Come back next time where we'll talk even more about the gun problem, and probably even touch on abortion as well.
Nice. Abortion, my favorite.
I can't wait.
My favorite. You know how many kids I would have? Shout out abortion, man.
I'm so addicted to abortions, I can't stop. It gives me such a rush.